Hey! As promised, I'm here at 1 p.m. Central or Eastern Standard Time. And Mocha's already mad at me for doing a live. Hi! Hey! Hey! That was a play on words, Nelly. Hey, Ratty. Oh my goodness. Guys, I am officially getting hate now. I'm getting hate comments now. I think I finally hit my, I finally hit the algorithm just the right way. That's my lunch. That's my lunch. I know I've made it. I'm so excited. Hola. Some of the comments though, I'm like, some of the hate comments today, and it's all on the JVN Shade video I posted yesterday, the return of the dog. Yeah. They're saying that someone told me that we needed to go touch grass, and my reply was, we love grass because it's so green. and then someone said that we have no lives. I said, oh, but we do have lives and joy. And thanks, Felicia. I'm glad it can be a cure for your boredom. And yeah, so I was sitting there and I was just like, some of the comments. And then someone said that we're going to end up pushing Nicola's friends to put their accounts on private. And I'm like, JVN would never put their account on private. I believe that's my mailman delivering packages. My kid likes to order from Amazon. But I said JVN would never go private because JVN is a comedian, an influencer, and has their own hair business. So he wants to stay in the algorithm. He wants to stay relevant. He'll never go private. So I was like, listen, go ahead and throw your shade. And the irony is the person who told us that we needed to go touch grass has 0 followers. It is a brand new account. And part of me was like, hey, is that you? I think, like, the funny thing is the people posting hate comments don't realize that by doing that, by commenting on our stuff, and by, like, saying what they're saying, they're actually keeping us in their For You page and in their, like, in the algorithm because they're bringing views and traction to us. So, and I'm like, A's pages are public. If she doesn't have if she has a private one, I don't know about it. Someone just messaged me, and I haven't looked at it, but someone just messaged me and said that A's been posting a lot, and I'm like, but where? Because her public Instagram and her TikTok are pretty quiet. Although I was in a live yesterday, and I mentioned in the live that I think that the Girls Girl account is the one that's here on TikTok, because there was stuff in one of the videos, there were pictures in one of the videos that were not public pictures. They had never been published. I went back and looked today. That idiot. Please don't ban me for saying that word. That video was deleted and redone. There's those pictures that were in there before are not there. And it said it was only posted a day ago, whereas before it had been posted, like, I think it was 2 days ago. So I can't help but wonder if A was watching the live without actually being in the live and saw that comment and was like, wait, hold up a second. I need to go fix that. Because there's content in there that's not public. And especially the last video, the one of just model shots of A, I was like, wait a second. Those have never been published on Antonio's page or anything. There's a few in there that have been. So the video went back, like I went back and looked, half of the photos are missing, and it's only the ones that are on her public Instagram. So I was like, girl, we know it's you. I'm talking about on the Girls Girl TikTok account. Virginia, what do you mean that this happened with an IG fan page that has since been deleted? Yeah, the internet is burning and there's no end in sight. I'll go look at the shippers page once I'm done with the live. But yeah, I don't know. I think that the Girls Girl account on TikTok is A, or at least one of A's friends. Because, you know, we've all said that she's not going to go quietly. And while she doesn't want to, like, gain hate for herself publicly, I think these things that she's doing are her not going quietly. See, that's right. There was an IG fan page with photos of an A that were nowhere else to be found. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's being called out and she knows what she's doing. Like, the account on X under the name Melissa, everybody figured out it was her because of the terminology she was using. And now all of a sudden all those posts have been deleted. This girl is screaming desperation. And A is claiming, the account on X was claiming that Antonia lives with Luke and her name is on the lease. I mean, she might be listed as someone living. I was like, how would you know that? How would you know that Antonia's living with Luke? So, I don't... And then, I think Nicola was seeing some lives last night because in one of the lives I was in, we were talking about the demure and mindful trend. Oh, I just started, Michelle. You're here at the beginning. We were talking about the demure and mindful trend and where it came from, and we were all trying to figure it out. And then all of a sudden, she posted a picture on her Instagram today saying, very demure, very mindful. I think Nicola watches these things without actually being in them. Oh yeah, A is making her own fan accounts because she wants to stay relevant, and Nick was in there. Megan, are you sure? She had to have been. Because, it was last night. It was Claire's live, and we were talking about the demure mindful trend, and all of a sudden Nicola posts this photo on Instagram about very demure, very mindful. And yes, you did, Megan. You sure did. Like, because I think, Megan, you were the one who asked, right? That where did that trend come from? And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I was like, she's there, she's watching. She has fake accounts that she's watching from. I mean, honestly, like, it was Claire's live last night. Claire's live was hilarious. Like, we were, sorry, Wombat, for those of you just joining, I have addressed the fact that I believe that the Girls Girl account here on TikTok is A, because the very last video that was posted, it was posted a few days ago, and now it's saying it was only posted 1 day ago, and originally in that content, there was pictures that had never been published on any kind of public forum, and now, when you go back and look at the video, those pictures are missing, and it's only pictures that A has published on her public Instagram and stuff. And it's just, I think it's just Claire. Claire's account is just Claire. It's Claire, her name. And then, the account on X, the Melissa account on X that everybody was coming down on the other day, she's pretty much outed herself as A because of terminology she's using. And when she got called out, all of her posts suddenly disappeared. Like, it's crazy. I'm saying the Girls Girl account on here on TikTok is A. I'm absolutely convinced. Because there's stuff in there that's not public content. That only someone like she or someone close to her would have. And it's just showing that she's kind of unbalanced. The Melissa account on X was saying that Luke and A live together. Like, A's on his lease. How would you know that? Like, unless you're her best friend or someone related to her or her, how would you know that? Luke's not going to tell people who's on his public lease. Oh, that Melissa account is Dumois? Is that what they've deduced, that is Dumois? But I'm saying, I think A is on Dumois' staff. Like, Dumois' name is Melissa. Oh, thank you, Megan. Hi, Mocha. Yes, we love you. Yes, everybody in the live loves you. Mocha always has to join a live, guys. I'm sorry. He likes to stick his nose in the live. He's nosy like that. He likes to know what's going on. He's so proud of himself right now. I am absolutely convinced. Oh, how do other countries pronounce mocha? Is it matcha? Or maca? Because if I go to another country and I say mocha wrong, I don't want to get laughed at. Maca. Oh, that's cool. Okay, now that I know, if I ever go to another country, I'm going to be sure to say it right. Maca. Huh. I'm gonna call him Mocha Maca. I'm telling you, if that account on X is correct and A was living with him and on his lease, that is the dumbest move you can make as a single man. You never put a woman on your lease. You can put that person as a person who lives there, but do not ever put their name on the lease as a joint leaseholder, because when it comes down to it, then it becomes the fight of who gets to stay, who gets to go. It's girls_girls. That's what it is on TikTok. And it's just videos of Antonia dancing, or Antonia in her model era. Some people say that Melissa account is Dumois. Some people say it's A. I just know that whoever it is is a fan of A or knows A personally. And I was able to go back in to that Instagram message I got showing that A was in Italy and pull the pictures from what that was sent to show proof. But there's one piece of proof I'm looking for where A took the picture. There's a piece in the sidewalk that I need to figure out if I can find pictures of the sidewalk where they did the Bridgerton thing in Milan, to see if the sidewalks have those in them. It's like a little, like, I guess almost like a metal piece in the sidewalk. And so now I'm trying to figure out if Antonia really was in Milan, and if that's part of what caused the tension between Luke and Nicola in Milan. Oh, and for those of you who are just joining, we were also talking about the fact that I'm finally getting hate, like real hate on my posts. Someone said we need to go touch grass, and I just said we love grass because it's green. Okay, Cara, stop barking. That's my golden doodle. That is not your toy, Mocha. That's not your toy. Don't look at me like that. That's not your toy. That's not your toy. Cara, that's not your toy either. Lay down, Mocha. When I was like, they said that we all needed to go touch grass, and I said, but we love grass because it's green. And then someone said that we have no lives, and I was like, but we do have lives and we have joy. And I was like, everything here is an opinion. Thank you for yours. And then someone said that we're gonna force Nicola's friends to private their Instagram or private their accounts, and I said JVN would never private their account because of the fact that they are an influencer, a comedian, and they own their own hair business. They need to stay in the algorithm. They need that's their promotion. Yes, we have first-hand proof. Nicola Mary Coughlin is loving our content. And we know... Why to know? That's a good point, Virginia. Why were there no pap photos of Milan Fashion Week? That's a fair point. Because everywhere she's been at with Luke, there's been pap photos. I wonder if... I noticed, too, that his group seemed to keep her separate from him. Like, whenever he was getting stopped for autographs and, like, when he was walking into places, his team was keeping her very separate from him. Right, that's what I'm saying. Where did she get the idea that they're living together? Like, it took how many months of him getting his own place before Jade finally moved in? Like, he's not... If these accounts truly are Antonia, she's delusional. Like, they call us Delulu. No, I'm sorry, she's delusional. Yeah, I saw that, Megan. I think Desiree was one of them. No, not Desiree. There was a teacher. What was her name? Oh, my goodness. I just started following her yesterday. Christina. That's right. Yeah. I feel like I think Nicola's being careful. She did. She deciphered JVN's caption about the Olympics. And then Nick posted the love song. Hey, Heather. Decoded, yeah. Deciphered, decoded, same word. I think, you know what, I would find it a high compliment if she was seeing my content, but someone tagged her in a few of my videos, and I'm like, that Nicola Coughlin is not going to worry about little old me in East Tennessee. How do we know Nick likes our Delulu? Because sometimes people post a video, and then a few hours later, there's a response. And even though she may not like it or comment on it, she's responding by posting. Yeah, so Christina, the account, she's a teacher, and she went through, like, the Scrabble board words to find out all the meanings, and then she also was able to decipher JVN's post about getting on the Olympic team. Nick is being, and JVN's being Shady Van Ness or Shady Whistledown. Well, it was decoded that JVN's, you really need to go look at Christina's page. She explains it very well. But essentially, basically what was said was, so when JVN was, let me see if I can pull her up on my computer, because I don't want to misinterpret anything or say something wrong. But she basically was saying that JVN, well, that's not what I wanted. JVN was suggesting that I think this is it. Her handle is easy like a Sunday morning. Okay, this one is, here it is. I'm gonna let it run through. Actually, maybe I can fast forward it to the end. Yeah, I can. She's so pretty too, Christina. Oh my goodness. So, JVN's post says, I've been waiting for this announcement until after the Paris Olympics had finished as to not take away from the incredible success of USA Gymnastics. I'm beyond excited to finally share that I will begin training for the 2028 US Gymnastics trials. 2028 USA team and the at LA 28 games at Team USA has been following my journey and growth as a gymnast and showed up at my house to personally invite me to train to be a potential member of their 2028 team. While I hate taking a slot away from the 2028 potentials like Simone Biles and Steve, I can't say his name, as it appears quite obvious I'll make any team I attempt to, I do think at 37 this is my last chance to make a serious attempt at this team. I am honored at the potential to represent at Team USA in their own country and bring several gold medals home for us. While this training will take serious time and energy, I promise this will not take away from JVN hair and at Curious with JVN. Can't wait to see you all in LA. So then she goes on to say this is her theory. JVN, I've been waiting for this announcement until after the Paris Olympics had finished. Decoded 3 things here. Announcement. Call this post what it really is. Olympics. You trained on a team for 4 years to win the gold together. 4 years. After the Paris Olympics had finished. This could be decoded as, are Luke and Antonia over? JVN, Team USA has been following my journey and growth as a gymnast and showed up at my house to personally invite me to train to be a potential member of their 2028 team. Decoded 2 things here. The world has been watching them very close since the start of the January press tour. Did Elle possibly come to N's house to ask her if they can work things through and give their relationship a shot? And then the next part is JVN, while I hate taking a slot away from 2028 potentials like Simone Biles and Stephen, I can't say his last name, referring to as, he decoded 2 things here, referring to as the other 2028 potentials. And number 2, it's public info. Hold on, my pause. That Luke has been with A, whatever the relationship actually is, and if Ellen and N did move forward together, N could be concerned about looking like someone who stole a man or as the other woman. FYI, I know we do not think this, but I could understand her possible concern with how it may look to those who don't follow her closely. JVN, as it appears quite obvious, I'll make whichever team I attempt to. Cara, I do think at 37 this is my last shot to make a serious attempt at this team. Decoded, there are 2 teams. And number 2, N is 37 and she's probably tired of playing this back and forth BS with L. Basically drawing a line in the sand and saying last and final chance at this relationship. Also, why does he use the term this team, not the team? That's just curious to her. And if you are a teacher of any sort or you have any kind of, yeah. It's easy_like Sunday morning. Easy_like Sunday morning. That's Christina's handle. You have to, I think it's 4 videos down. JVN, while this training will take serious time and energy, I promise this will not take away from JVN hair and Curious with JVN. Decoded, we have to work on our own relationship from the obvious mess that was made, but it won't take time away from working together. So, it's her handle is easy_like Sunday morning. She's a very beautiful blonde. She's also a theater kid. So, and if you scroll down, I can tell you it is on her videos. She has 3 pinned videos, and it's 1, 2, 3. It's the 5th video underneath the 3 pinned videos. So that does help. I think and then she posted that, and then not long after that, Nick posted the song. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Coop. Thank you guys for sharing her handle. I know me reading was probably a lot for some people. She did tag Nicola in that, so Nicola saw it. So if you're tagging Nicola in things, then I feel like Zira, I'm not saying it. She was saying that JVN's post was shady. I'm saying that JVN was supporting Nick by saying, like, this is what's happening, and JVN is going to be close to Nick because he's one of her best friends, so he's going to know firsthand Because who do you go to when you want to tell somebody something? Your best friend. And I don't think Nick's done sharing for today. That one picture she posted this morning, that was one drop, and I think I suggested she was going to post around 5:30 tonight. She got up. She was awake and she posted. So, I think that we have to remember that JVN is very close to Nick, and that he's going to know firsthand a lot of what's going on. So, I think that we have some good internet sleuths here, too. Like, Christina's really great at deciphering posts. And then we have people who can... My brain woke up and ran bam picture. And then we have the people who can sort out sunglasses. Bocce Go Hawks was sent an email today that shows the lines of the crease in the shirt and how they match up. Like, they overlaid Luke's shirt and Nick's shirt, and the lines of the creases match up. Okay, first of all, I do photography for a living. Well, I don't know why I didn't think of that. But, I mean... But I trust Christina's input because, one, she's a teacher. Two, as a teacher... Words are a big deal. And, yeah, those creases match perfectly. But I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why in the world... Okay. If we just got... Mocha, can you please go lay down? I took you out before this so you would leave me alone. But I was convinced that stain on the shoulder I would be able to see in pictures of Luke in it. I can't clean up the picture enough to see the stains. So, he does want love. He always wants love. That's exactly true. Nick she has a degree in English, so she is a master of words. And I can't see the stain in the shirt that when Luke was wearing it. I was convinced I could see it, but there is an actual fold where it should be. You can see it on Nicola, but you can't see it on Luke, because where it should be on Luke, there's a fold. So if it was makeup from someone hugging him at the premiere, then no, nothing's happened, Linda. We're just here keeping ourselves on the train. I mean, Nick posted today, and she used the words demure and mindful, and let me tell you, Megan mentioned, where did that, in the live I was in last night, she mentioned, where did that trend come from anyway? And all of a sudden, Nick uses that trend. Suspicious. She has. I'm telling you, I wanted to go live because there was some stuff about A I wanted to talk about, and, but she has to have some fake accounts that she's scrolling on here with. Like, she has to. Nicola, for sure. Because she sees things and then she posts things, and then it's like she's letting the fandom know. And all these people who say that, we're just delulu, we don't know what we're talking about. There is no way a million people in the world are this delulu. There's no way. The @ is easy _ like Sunday, or easy @ easy _ Sunday morning. Like Sunday morning. Her name's Christina. Okay, but Nick says a lot of things in interviews that prove untrue. Like the fact that they said that carriage was soundproof. And then that they posted the video of the camera person sitting there on the side of the carriage, and there's literally no windows on one side of the carriage. That is just proof that the carriage was not soundproof. And then she says no one used tongue. Okay, Nicola. And then, yeah. Like, she says a lot, and some of that stuff doesn't match up. Possibly. And Luke, yeah, we've all said in some of my previous lives, we just need to lock Luke in a room with a bunch of us and start asking him questions and watch him fold. Maybe. Luke can't keep a secret to save his life. I think that's why Nick spent a lot of time answering questions. And then, if you notice, I was watching the Good Morning America interview. That interviewer never once addressed Luke directly. He addressed Simone and Nicola, but never once addressed Luke. And part of me wonders if it's because Good Morning America is not pre-recorded. There was no way they could edit out anything he said, so maybe he was instructed, don't ask Luke things because Luke will give away things. I have ADHD, and I tend to have no filter. Like, whatever comes to my brain is immediately what comes out of my mouth. And that has caused me a lot of problems in my life. And I don't know, the Good Morning America interview I thought was very interesting because it was from the New York, it was right before the New York City premiere. It was the morning, yeah. And so, like, they only addressed Simone and they only addressed Nicola. And Good Morning America, if I'm not mistaken, is not pre-recorded. Like, it's live. So there is no way that they could correct anything Luke said. My brain is faster than... That's exactly right, Heather. That's me. My brain is faster than my filter can filter. I can't tell you how many times it's gotten me in trouble. And I feel like for Luke, it's very much the same way. Like, you can tell he's... Sometimes when he's processing what he's going to say, like, you can tell he sometimes does stop to think about what he says, but... I think that at times, too, that... They got so many of the same questions through the whole press tour that it became rhetoric just to say the same things. Listen, and Claudia Jessie, her face says a lot. She may say things, but her face says everything. So I would love to be in a room with Claudia Jessie, just to sit and observe. Someone said A's been posting a lot, but I'm like, where? Where? Oh, Golda, yeah. No news on the breakup yet. We're all waiting. Claudia Jessie is the third wheel. They've been unusually silent. Which, I mean, like, Rory could be doing a play right now. He could be preparing for a play right now. And Sienna's probably dancing. Yes. That's kind of where I was leaning in, is like, you know, when it was like Luke and Nicola and Claudia during the Brazil where they were putting up the tea time. And then the one with Jess Mads where Jess made the age comment and Claudia's face. Oh my goodness, that was hilarious. See, I'm convinced. Someone said that there's no way that they were forced to sign an NDA. I think after Sorrento, that if they hadn't signed an NDA prior, I think that they were forced to sign an NDA after. don't get me started on Dumois. I am absolutely convinced that A is on their payroll, or like I think that A works with them. And Dumois, I mean, honestly, like, she tries to act like she's some sort of expert in the industry. I'm like, who are you? Like, who are you for real? Well, dear, aren't you one of the ones who, like, claps back at them whenever they, like, post something that they shouldn't be posting? You're not getting my food, Mocha. You're not. That's my food. That's my lunch. Who said he was in Greece with A? I don't think the Grease thing is true. Megan, I missed something you said, and you're so funny. Can't tell. I just saw what you said. Oh, I should tag them. Like, and what was this whole thing with, like, Dumois? Maybe Dumois loves grass because it's green. I think A might be in the room with us. Because someone just suggested that Luke was in Greece with A. But I think he's in London with Nicola because, one, they're preparing for the awards show. Two, they're already getting ready for, they're doing all the preseason stuff with Bridgerton because they have to have costume fittings. They have to have preseason reads. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the Magic Faraway Tree is still filming until Bridgerton picks up. Exactly. Give us the receipts. I want the receipt of where it said that A is living with Luke. I want that receipt. I want proof. Just because you posted a video in his living room when he wasn't there doesn't mean you're living there. I think all the fittings and table reads are happening right now. Oh, I believe A is out of the picture, but A is not going to go quietly. A is mad, and A is probably under an NDA. Because she probably made, I would say that if he broke up with her, she got mad, pitched a tantrum, and she was forced to sign an NDA because she was threatening to say things about them that wasn't true. And with all the little Easter eggs that Nick has dropped us, she's letting us know all is well in the Lukola fandom. Well, you don't have to believe what we're saying, but there's a lot of signs pointing to that the breakup has happened. And if it has not happened, it's on its way quickly. I honestly think that we as a group cannot sit here and all have the same thought and it not be true. Like, there's so many of us who feel this exact way, that the breakup has happened. A pitched a tantrum. She's refusing to go quietly. She was forced to sign an NDA, and that's why she's been quiet. And then the entire friend group was more than likely forced to sign an NDA regarding the breakup. A has not posted anything on her actual accounts. I'm convinced she's posting on other accounts because she does not want to go quietly, but she cannot get caught as herself. The signs are first of all, Nicola wouldn't be dropping all these little Easter eggs if the signs weren't there. And the entire energy from Nicola has gone from here to a high bubbly energy. Like, her energy has changed, and you cannot convince me otherwise, because if there's one thing empathetic people are good at, it's picking up on other people's energy. Nick's energy was low for a long time. And, I would say low for months. And all of a sudden, she's got this bubbly, effervescent energy coming out of her. And it's a different energy. It is a positive energy. It is not a robotic energy, because that's what I was getting before, was that it was robotic. Like, she was just posting to post. And now she's posting and having fun. And I'm sure she's giggling and kicking her feet at the fact that she keeps sending us into a tailspin. And I'm just waiting for the day that she drops the selfie of her and Luke. Yeah, she knows exactly what these posts would do, and she wouldn't do this knowing Luke and Antonia are together. Like, she would not stir up that much trouble between her and Luke because she loves Luke. She cares about him. She cares about her relationship with him. She would never, ever, ever, ever create a rift between her and Luke on her own. She would let Luke do that. She would let Luke create the rift. She does not want to be guilty for creating the rift. And I'm going to say this because Megan said something, or Megan and Kinsella both said something about intuition. A woman's intuition is never wrong. And we may not have proof, and we may not be able to explain to people how we know, but we know. Thank you, Sam. And if we're sitting here, and like I said, as a collective, we're all feeling the same thing. We're feeling the same energy. We're feeling the same shift. We're feeling the same vibes. We're getting the same impression. How could we all be wrong? How could we all be crazy? Like, that's what I just want to ask the people who are hating on us. We're not all crazy. There's no way. I do think that the hardest part is waiting till we have real proof. But thank you, Jamie. I got a gift, guys. And it's my first gift. Look at that. I got a gift. Oh, that just gave me... you made my day. Oh, thank you, Kinsella. Y'all are sending me gifts. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. Oh. Do you know what it's like to go through your whole life feeling like you hold nothing of value for the world and that you're just cruising through life, and then you find this entire group of people who are hearing what you're saying, and you finally feel like maybe that all your empathy and all your intuition and all of your things that you've felt through life, you're finally not crazy? Because people tell me I've had people in my real life tell me I'm crazy when I'm picking up on vibes, and I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. Thank you, Ellie. I enjoy being part of this fandom. Thank you, Ratchy. I hope they like grass because it's green. That's how I feel, Donna. I feel like I finally found a place where I fit in. And I've never shipped anyone before. This is the first time I've ever felt compelled to ship anyone. And Like, this is, I'll be 43 on August 30th, and like, oh, thank you, Kai Kai. Oh my goodness. Is it Kiki or Kai Kai? I'm actually allergic to grass too. My skin breaks out. Oh, I got a bear hug, you guys. I actually break out in hives when grass touches my skin, so I don't like grass. I don't want to touch grass. So when someone tells me to touch grass, I'm like thinking, no thank you. I'll sit at my window and read and enjoy the view. Oh my goodness, our birthdays are like super close. I am convinced though that the day that they do come out and say that they're together, that we need to have Champagne Friday. We just all need to pop a bottle of champagne collectively and film it. I love that it's worldwide. I love that it's international. When I'm on these lives and I'm seeing people from like Ireland and the Netherlands and Australia and South Africa and like London, and it's crazy with like, oh, happy birthday. It is crazy to me that it's so international. Estonia. Hello. And you know, that's another thing too, like Norway. Look at this. Like I'm saying, we're international, guys. Like, how is it possible that people all over the world are seeing this and so we're crazy? Please don't gaslight me. Oh, Italy, Germany, Ireland, here from the UK, England, Glasgow, Malaysia, Hungary. I'm here just in East Tennessee, USA. Although I will say, my claim to fame is I live in one of the #1 tourist destinations in the United States. I also live in the same town that Dolly Parton was born in. So, that is my claim to fame. So, if you guys ever want to come to Sevierville, Tennessee, and say hi to me, I would be happy to meet you and show you all the places around here. Brazil. Listen, Carla, were you able to get pictures? Like, sneak some pictures while they were in Brazil? Texas is their own country. Yeah, for those in London or even in England in general, are Luke and Nicola well loved there? Well, the next time you come, just let me know you're here, because I will totally meet up with you. Listen, Carla. Carla's from Brazil, and we're asking her if she got any pictures, and she said sadly no. In Ireland, she is our queen. Oh, speaking of Ireland, I ordered the bell brush and it came, and I used it yesterday, and it is so soft. It is so gentle on my hair. Oh, you only live 6 hours away. We asked, like, we want to know. We want to know what really happened in Brazil. You went to our Buc-ee's, which actually our Buc-ee's is no longer going to be the biggest Buc-ee's in the United States because they're building a new one. Somewhere, I don't remember where, but they're building a new one, and now ours will no longer be the biggest one. I have not been to our Buc-ee's, believe it or not, because living in a tourist area, it makes me not want to go to Buc-ee's. And I've been to Buc-ee's a couple times. Actually, my daughter goes to college in Kentucky, so on the way, I'll stop at the Buc-ee's there usually to get gas, but I don't know why. I think living here, I don't do a whole lot of the tourist stuff. I don't go to Dollywood very often. I don't do a lot of the things. I like to go, there is one place I love to go here. It's the Roaring Fork Motor Nature Trail. I do like to just drive through that. And then I eat a lot of the locally owned restaurants here instead of the chain restaurants. Oh, you're in the middle. That's not far from me. Buc-ee's is a humongous gas station, okay? We're talking like hundreds of pumps, and you walk in and it's like this most overwhelming environment of food smells and things and people, but their bathrooms are the best bathrooms that you'll ever see at a gas station. They're clean, and Their doors are floor to ceiling, so like nobody can peek under the door. The way you know that someone's in there is if the lock is red. Oh, your travel soccer. We get a lot of travel baseball teams here because we have the Ripken Experience in Pigeon Forge. I think that's exactly right, Milan. He's not going to like Nick's post because he doesn't want it to be too obvious, because that would really send the fandom. No, I don't think they've made it up to Iowa yet. Mocha, go lay down. You're such an attention seeker. Why do you got to be like Antonia? Huh? Why? 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 Go lay down. Not right there. You're breathing in my ear. He's so desperate for attention. He can't wait. My daughter got a new puppy and I was cuddling with her and he got so mad. He basically pushed the puppy off my lap. I got my own A over here. Moke. Oh my gosh, someone just joined and they have my angel number in their name. 333. That's so cool. Mocha, lie down. I wonder though, it is frustrating me a little bit that he's not liking Nicholas' stuff. But then again, he also, if he's with her, why does he need to like her stuff? Does that make sense? Like, she's not going to put any pressure on him to like her stuff. Because if they're together, then why does he need to acknowledge her stuff? Does that make sense? Because, like, he's already seeing it. He doesn't like Johnny's either. That's right. He doesn't really. And he doesn't like Hannah Dodd's stuff often. That's true. Someone said, how do you know he has a private ID? I didn't know how to answer that. Because I'm going based on what people who've been in the fandom a lot longer than I have said. And so I can't find his personal Instagram. I can't find her personal Instagram. Oh, that's so cool, Diana. That's actually, for those who don't know that, going back to where I live, Sevierville is named after Governor John Sevier. But yeah, so I can't find any of that stuff. So I am, a lot of the information I get is from people who've been in the fandom since the beginning, from 2019. And then how did you find it? Because I looked and I couldn't find it. He only has one post on it. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're with someone, you really, really, really don't interact with their social media that much. The only reason why you're interacting with someone's social media a lot is to try to put on a show because the relationship's not great. If you put, I feel like couples who constantly are blasting their relationship on social media and leaving heart emojis on everything, and I'm not saying this for every couple, please don't take this personal, if this is how you and your significant other are. I do think people who are super public when the relationship is not great is because they're trying to make people think that the relationship is great. Are you serious? Demure. Wait, were you joking around? Please tell me you were joking around, because I just Googled it and she's not on here. Did I just fall for a joke? See, and that's how, I think that's how, a lot of times people, but I just Googled it. And she's not on here. I see Anne Hathaway is on here for demure hairstyles. Yeah, like at the end of Luke and Jade's relationship, they were very public about their like things in the relationship, like that post that Jade made in October, right before everything kind of ended. Yeah, don't blow up his private account, guys. Don't go and try to request follows on his private account just because he's going to end up shutting it down. And he does have a right to his privacy. Luke is very much, that's one thing I feel like we forget, that, you know, yes, they do acting as their job, but they're still human beings, and we have to remember, oh, I don't have an Apple. Oh, I have an Apple iPad. I could ask Siri on that. I feel like we as a fandom need to remember that they do acting as their job. That's their job. Can you guys stop wrestling, please? It's like having toddlers here. And I feel like we need to remember that they're actually humans. They're not just actors. That's their job. That's not who they are. They are having fun all the time, in fact. They like to dive bomb my love seat and send it all the way into the kitchen. I think if he uses his private account, he uses it to like things so that people don't see that he's liking things. I am so excited. Did she finally figure out when she's going to do it? Because I did not. Every time I tried to go to the poll and do it, my service went out. Yeah, we're talking about Luke. Oh my goodness. Foot's falling asleep. Saturday evening. I am going to be at a wedding. Boo. I have to photograph a wedding Saturday. Okay, you just drooled on me. Oh my goodness. I honestly, I have not subscribed to her stuff, but I do follow her Instagram, and I'm sure she'll put the link on her Instagram. When she put the link for the first one on her Instagram, I did go in and I went ahead and screenshot everything so that I could go back and refer to it. Because I really do want to deep dive, like scuba dive. I need to go scuba diving off this ship for a little bit. Because there's things I feel like the other Easter eggs have been dropped, but we've missed them, maybe. Oh, the part 2 is going to be hard on us for the Delulu because of the fact that this is where Antonia comes into play. Yeah. I will say, though, one of the things I love is joining other lives, because some of y'all are going to need alcohol under a soft pillow. I just feel like there's been Easter eggs that have been dropped. I'm not saying that there are. I just feel like there are. And I feel like maybe we've missed them. Because, like, one of the things I missed was that JVN called his bun a cinnamon roll. And when I went back and watched the video, I saw where he called it a cinnamon roll. So sometimes I feel like maybe I'm missing things, and I want to go back and look. Because I know that there was an Easter egg for season 3 in Queen Charlotte. And I didn't see it until after I've already seen season 3, because then I knew what I was looking for. Oh, it's in his actual video on TikTok. It's not on Instagram. And I think that's why I missed it. But he called his bun a cinnamon roll bun. I think that he is so playful. And I don't care. People saying that we're trying to attribute shade on JVN when he, like, JVN is throwing shade. I don't care what anyone says. It's too timely. It's too precise. It's too... And if you know people in the LGBTQIA plus community, they are the kings and queens of shade. And I actually subbed for some middle schoolers, and there was a boy in there. He was openly gay, and the kids wanted my TikTok handle. Well, I can't give them my TikTok handle, so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to convince them to be quiet by giving them letters in my TikTok handle. And so I ended up, I was playing like kind of like a hangman, where if every 15 minutes they were quiet, they got a new letter. Well, me being stupid, my middle name is very rare. And there's only 3 people in the world who have that, or that I found in the world that have my middle name. If I Google it, only 3 people come up: me, my cousin, and my grandmother. And I put in the first 3 letters of my middle name, not thinking. And this girl found it. And this boy, who, the openly gay boy, he said, never trust the girls and the gays, will always win. And I'm sorry, but if you know people in the LGBTQIA plus community, they are the kings and queens of shade. They will always win because they know how to throw shade, and they know how to throw it demurely. They do. They just know how. So, oh, that's pretty. I like that. So, like, I just feel like these people who think that JVN's not throwing shade, they just don't understand. So, did you just come in, Bombshell? Bombshell baby, did you just come in? Okay. So we've been talking a lot of, oh my goodness. We've been talking about a lot of stuff. We've been in this live for about an hour, but we were talking about JVN throwing shade with his last post with the slick back bun. He called his bun a cinnamon roll bun. And he's supporting his best friend. And someone's like, oh, he's not supporting his friend. Why would he create that drama for her? It's not just, and I'm going to say this too, I'm not saying he's not supporting her. He is. He's supporting her, but also in a roundabout way, promoting himself, because he knows people are going to look at it, because we know he's supporting her. They do know how to attract drama. Yes, I saw that. I thought that was hilarious. The apple to the core, the rotten to the core dance. Oh, that was funny. He made comments about the bun being demure and playful and mindful. And then Nick today on Instagram posted a picture saying, very demure, very mindful. And he used his own products to promote. So it is a lot of self-promotion, but he's also working toward, he's working the fandom. He knows. I looked at his products, and there's the air dry cream. I really want to buy it because I air dry my hair. I never use heat on my hair. Oh, the lettuce shade. And the lemon, the citrus, where, he was like, he was in that market, people trying to sneak pictures of him, but he was born for this. I mean, how is that not shade? How? And then he had, yes. And just so everybody can be clear, JVN, if you go to his page, he responds to all pronouns. So he's all pronoun. I think what did you call it, pansexual? I'm not sure, but all pronouns are in JVN's page. So, but JVN, from what I understand, is transitioning. So, do be mindful of that, guys. Yes, 100%. I would take the master class on shade. Because sometimes I have this person here in my community who who loves to get under my skin, and sometimes I just want to throw some shade at them. Hi, little sunshine. I'm awkward. My friends tell me most of the time that I need to stop talking. Sometimes I'll start saying something and they're like, Mary, stop. No, Mary, stop. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. It's that lack of filter. What's life without a little shade? I love it. I love that the people who are in this fandom know how to pull lines from the show. Well, you've missed an hour. We were talking about, let's see, recap. Let's do a quick recap for people who just joined. We're talking about the fact that I'm pretty sure Antonia is running the Girls Girl account here on TikTok, which I said that in the live last night. Not my live, but someone else's live. We think that Megan in the live last night, that we think Nick was watching because Megan asked about the demure mindful trend, and all of a sudden Nick is using the demure mindful trend. We talked about Christina and her theories, and we gave her handle, which is at easy_ like Sunday morning. And then we've talked about the account on X, Melissa, who we have said is either Dumois or A. And then we're curious how this person seems to think that A and Luke are living together and that A is on his lease, and we want to see the receipts. There's rumors that A and Luke are in Greece together, but we think that's false, obviously. And we also have talked about the fact that we are absolutely convinced that Luke and Nicola are together, but we're just waiting for the hard launch. And that's why Nicola keeps throwing out all these Easter eggs. And that we have also talked about Nicola's energy, how it's changed from being kind of robotic and low to now more positive and bubbly. You go to work for one shift. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You had to do that whole adulting thing. We've also talked about the area that I live in Buc-ee's. People got to learn a little bit about Buc-ee's, if you've ever heard of Buc-ee's. Okay, thank you. I'll look at it as soon as I get off the live. Well, thank you for all your hard work. And then Mocha has also let himself be known. We've also associated Mocha with A because he's an attention seeker. But thank you for working on the front lines as a nurse. We need you. The beaver, right? Yes, Buc-ee's is the beaver. You're correct. I feel like if we take any breaks whatsoever as a whole, we miss things. Like, you have to check your phone like every 2 hours, it feels like, or even every hour. Because if you miss something, you feel like you're out of the loop. And it's like, it's so infuriating because you're just like, I just want to stay in the know. And then you get people who are very vague and don't want to share what they know. And then it does force you to do your own research. And I don't disregard that as a good thing. You should learn how to research. And that comes from the daughter of a biomedical research librarian. My dad taught me how to research growing up. If I wanted to know something, he said, look it up. So I was forced to research because that's what my dad did for a living. But it drives me nuts because sometimes I can't find what other information people have found because I don't know how to, like, some of like the newer social media, being a millennial, like, or zennial, because I was born 81, kind of between Gen X and millennial. I honestly find myself frustrated because I can find some things, but then other things I'm like, how'd you find that? How did you find that? So, are you actually at work right now? Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I don't even know how that's the thing of the rumor about Greece. I didn't know that until it was posted in here. We do. I actually haven't, but I've been reading a book on body language. Guys, I found some interesting information in that book. If you are interested, you can download it on Kindle Unlimited for free. It's by Joe Navarro, and it's called, it's the Dictionary of Body Language. Oh, okay. What's getting embarrassing, Zira? Oh, the Antonia fan account? Yeah. I really wish I could, like, go to a live award show and see them in person. Yeah, the Melissa account is the one I'm talking about. I can't follow the Antonia fan account page because some of the stuff on there is a little bit sickening. And we've talked about the fact that the radio silence from his friend group is super strange. So we're all convinced that there is an NDA that was forced after Sorrento. Because if you notice, the silence came after Sorrento. And then Nick threw some shade about paparazzi, friends protecting you from paparazzi. So I think that someone finally woke Luke up to the fact that his friends are not protecting him from paparazzi. Yes, you should. And then you should tell us how it was. September 11th, if I'm not mistaken, is an award show. I think it's the National Television Awards or something like that. It was an award show that they were both nominated for. Yeah, the NTA Awards. Charmaine posted today. Let's go look at Charmaine. I actually like Charmaine, guys. I know that's probably a crime, but I think Charmaine and Tom are some of the most grounded in his friends. Charmaine, what did you post, Charmaine? Oh, sushi with Tom. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're just so grounded. Like, it's the two of them all the time. She's a flight attendant. So, I saw that we all need to watch it 2 times a day. It needs to stream through 2 times a day for us to be able to get it to, I think, the top 3. Carmen, I'm looking up the definition. Carmen wasn't lying. The definition of demure, it says a demure young lady, and in a sentence it uses the words Antonia was pensive and demure. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. What would we do without each other? Like, what would we do without each other? For real. Oh my goodness, this stuff is hilarious. I've been uploading my lives to YouTube, and the first live was 7 hours because I went hard on that first live. And, that sounded bad. That's not how I meant that. That is not how I meant that. But it still has 1 hour and 52 minutes left on the first live for YouTube. But, yeah, so I've actually created a whole YouTube channel. It's called the USS Lukola. And I'm gonna, once it's done uploading the first one, I'm going to add it to my link tree that's on my profile. I am very honest. That is actually probably, I don't want to say it's a downfall. A lot of people don't like my honesty and my transparency. I've been told I should not be so honest and transparent, but I don't care. I am a very honest person. I'm very blunt sometimes without using tact, and I don't mean to come across the wrong way. And I'm very cut and dry. My mom has always said that for me, she's noticed that I have very little gray area, and that is true. It's very black and white for me. Like, it's either this or that. I try to be a little bit more compassionate and empathetic when it comes to humanity, because I have been through many, many things in my life where people have come down hard on me for no reason without knowing the full story. And thank you. You guys are going to make me cry again. Do you want to make me cry? And I'll tell you guys honestly, like, up until this, this is a good distraction for me, because the life I live is not always easy. And, it's nice to have people who are on the same ship as you. I want to make a t-shirt just for everybody in this like ship that we're all riding on. Some of us are on a train, some of us are on a ship, but we're all in the same boat. And I think too, the one thing that the message I really want to get across with this group is that for me, I am very much about the fact that they are humans. Like, Luke and Nicola are humans. Antonia's a human. Rory's a human. Sienna's a human. Charmaine and Tom are humans. JVN's a human. They're all humans. And no one's perfect. And anyone who has them up on a pedestal, that pedestal's going to get knocked off. It can get knocked away. And then those people can come down hard. And you have to be careful putting people on pedestals, because they're still humans. They're still going to make mistakes. They're still not going to be perfect. They're going to throw shade. They're going to do petty things. That's just our human nature. And we can laugh along with it. I do believe in leading with kindness and love. And sometimes I'm not as kind as I could be towards Antonia, but her behavior is a little bit off-putting. And so it's one of those things where we have to just remember that if we are not careful and we put them too high on a pedestal, that pedestal will fall. So, thank you, Sarah. But I do think that Nicola is a queen in her own right, because she went from working in retail and working in an ophthalmologist's office to now she's everybody's sweetheart. You know what I mean? Like, it's incredible magic. Like, and then, yes, it is a worldwide bond. Like, we forget Luke being Mr. Worldwide. We are everyone's worldwide. Like, we are the worldwide. Like, Lettuce Wrap needs to learn and stop. They say if you don't... I was going to say something about carbs. But then it would have sounded like I was... No, I can't say it without... It sounded bad, no matter how I say it. A TikTok just encouraged me to audition for something. I have no idea. Panini. Eat your carbs. I'm sorry. Paninis have carbs. Lettuce needs some carbs. Apparently, she wasn't getting enough carbs. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm sorry. Not our carbs bad. Non-cookie. Uh-oh, we're going unhinged. Oh my goodness. Oh, that live last night. It was Megan, Heather B, Claire, Mrs. B, I think. And then Desiree joined late, but there was several in there hosting and co-hosting off and on. And it was hilarious. We went, oh yeah, Hey It Sparkles was in there hosting. It was unhinged towards the end. Like, and I'm sure we actually chased, I think, several people away because of where it went. But, oh my goodness. I could do that. I have Canva. Ship touring around the world. We should make sure that each stop, like Bowral. Someone told me that I didn't include Australia in the list of tours, and I'm like, but Bowral was Australia. I think they stopped in Sydney, but they had to be very, like, low-key in Sydney. Like, they couldn't let anyone know they were in Sydney. We did not talk about triangles and paninis in that live. What we did no, we did, actually. Paninis came up. We were talking about how big the panini was. Oh, yeah, he's sowing shade. But yeah, we should, like, and I was like, but Bowral is Australia. But, like, the shirt with the worldwide, like, we should do, like, a map of the world with the ship, like, yeah. Oh, that's an idea. Can I do that? Would people buy that? I should do that. Yes, we did. And then we also had to chase out a 17-year-old because should not have been in that. But we were also trying to educate her so that she didn't end up in Antonia's position as a situationship. Yeah. But then she got banned. She got kicked out because she was too young to be in there. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there was a 17-year-old in the live I was in. I was in last night. I didn't host it or anything, but it was funny. She was a junior in high school, and we got on a subject, and she goes, I think I'm too young to be in here. And yeah. So, she was honest. She was honest. You can definitely tell her parents have raised her right because of how honest she was. Yeah, she was like, you're older than my mom. Is Ashley in here? Ashley, if you are, please stand up. She should be at school right now. If she is not at school right now, she's homeschooled. And then she really shouldn't know anything. But she said she goes to school, so she should be at school right now. It's 2:18 in East Tennessee. So that means it's school hours no matter where you're at across the country. Unless she lives in another country. But she said junior year, which means she lives in the U.S. Because they don't use junior year in other countries that I know of. She did. Oh, that's true. Up north, people don't. Jennifer, where do you live at in Connecticut? I lived in Norwich for 8 years. I'm working on it. It's called the USS Lukola. That's right. Some states, they don't go back to school until after Labor Day. Connecticut was like that when I lived there. Our kids went back August 8th. We do get out of school earlier, though. I think all of New England goes back after Labor Day, if I'm not mistaken. So it's highly possible she's not in school right now. Yeah, Waterbury wasn't too far from Norwich. I think about 2 hours, maybe. Maybe not even. I know where that's at. I actually, the guy I had a crush on in high school, he and his wife and their 3 kids live in Waterbury. So that's kind of funny. I only know that because I'm friends with his sister. Like, she and I were best friends growing up. So that's the only reason I know that. I don't stalk him, I swear. But I graduated from NFA. Really is a small world. I actually just drove through Waterbury back in June. I had to photograph a wedding in New Hampshire. Sorry guys, I'm eating my lunch. Are you talking about like the one from last night? Claire's live, Cat? Because there was a lot, but towards the end it was more unhinged, really. We were just cracking jokes, and there wasn't a whole lot of like information. Like, I don't feel like we've fed a whole lot of information because yes, that is correct. You have to watch season 3 all eps twice a day for season 3 to pass season 1. I do too. I love the Unhinged Lives. But if you ever watch the Unhinged Lives, like, you can watch the numbers decrease because some people don't have that kind of sense of humor. And once it goes unhinged, people are like, all right, done. Don't have the information. There's no information of value in here for me anymore. My live today got all the way over 200. I was very impressed. I have not hit the 600 mark in a live like I've seen on other lives, but that's okay because I'm still technically new at this. The Unhinged podcast. Actually, I do have an idea for a podcast, and it actually kind of falls in line with some things that were said during the press tour. My problem is I don't want to unleash the name because I don't want someone to steal it because it's really funny. I know, the unhinged ones are so funny. You have a podcast? Posy Cozy Cat? See, my idea came from the last guy I was seeing, but it actually would work. And for one that's kind of focused on Bridgerton as well. Well, I will look it up. Is it on Apple, Spotify? Where do you have it? What time is it for you, Elisa? TikTok and Spotify. Gotcha. Hey, you have to make money somehow. If you're gonna put all that work into a podcast, you gotta make money somehow. How long are we gonna wait for Lukola to go public? With the way she's dropping Easter eggs. You know what would be the best birthday present? If they went public on August 30th. The limit does not exist. My brain's saying September. I don't know why. I keep going to September. I feel like maybe at the NTA Awards on the red carpet, they may actually, there may be something that happens there. 8:24 at night. I keep leaning into September. That's my brain is going September is when they're going to be letting the world know that they are together. And I feel like it will be some type of mind-blowing hard launch. It's not going to be a simple post on social media. It's going to be something that is going to be very... I believe the awards are September 10th or 11th. It's going to be one of those paparazzi moments. Because the paparazzi was so involved with Antonia that I feel like Nicola, to make a statement, is going to make sure it's a paparazzi moment. Him just laying one on her, like just kissing her right there in the middle of the red carpet. And then the ring moving to the ring. Oh my gosh, guys. Can you just imagine, like, hey, Luke, Nicola. And then he just turns and looks at her and gives her one big old kiss. And they just, oh my goodness. And then everybody's snapping it. Listen, the Easter eggs are fun, though, because it makes us do our research. It makes us think. It makes us guess. It makes us wonder. It keeps our brain stimulated. Oh, he does. And I'm absolutely convinced. I said this in a live the other day. I'm absolutely convinced he pulled some rom-com stunt to get her back on his good graces. I am absolutely convinced. I want to say they were leaving a preseason table read, and he grabbed her hand and pulled him back to her and gave her a kiss right there in the middle of the hallway. Or he chased her car down in London. Or he showed up on her front door, both hands on the door jamb, saying, I cannot sleep, I cannot eat, I cannot breathe without thinking about you. Yes, the new girl kiss. He chased the carriage. I fully believe he did. They do hold the hands in a specific way. So if they end up, instead of them holding hands like this, if they end up doing this, we know. He could have chased down her driver. They have drivers. Even if she doesn't drive, they have drivers. He could have chased down that carriage. No, I haven't watched Emily in Paris. Although I did start buying the Netflix mini brands, and I did get a couple Emily in Paris things. If they arrive together at the awards and then they're just walking with their fingers intertwined, and then someone calls her name and he stops her and he pulls her in for a kiss. Can you imagine, like, if he did the new girl kiss on the red carpet? Like, everybody knows what the new girl kiss reference is. And then getting the paparazzi catching it, like, oh my goodness. We would all die. We would be like, yes. And then I do feel that this is going to be a very paparazzi moment when they hard launch. Because of the screams and mess lipstick. Because Nick, with all of the drama around the paparazzi gate and everything with Antonia, I feel like it would be a statement. The new girl kiss. So basically, the first time they ever kissed a new girl, the guy grabs her hand and pulls her back. And that was what Nicola wanted for their first kiss. But it wouldn't have worked for their first kiss on screen. Yes, if he wins and he's like, or she wins and she says, thanks to the man who's been by my side, my handsome man, my handsome boyfriend, Luke Newton. Like, whatever it's going to be, I get the gut feeling it's going to be big and bold and beautiful. And then you can't even imagine all the edits, all the replays. Like, it would just be, like, over the top. And I feel like Luke, being who he is, he wants it to be big, bold, beautiful, and romantic. And Nicola, being who she is, will want to make a statement. Because Nicola is a statement queen. She has ways of making statements in a classy, demure way. Demure, I use that word again. I don't care if they're private. With all of this that's gone on, this is going to be one of those moments where, they'll keep the relationship private. They'll keep what they do together private, but them being in a relationship is not going to be private. They're going to make sure it's not private. They know that this is what the fandom wants to see. They know it's also going to put Luke in a better light. And they will feed the fans because it will put Luke in a better light. Nicola is good at self-promotion. Sorry, I keep moving my phone because my foot is falling asleep. Nick is really good at self-promotion, and she will want Luke's status to elevate again. so that his IMDb rating goes up, so he gets more jobs. So this will put, if they hard launch in a big, bold, beautiful way, it'll put Luke in a better light. People will see Luke better. And she always has Luke's back. She's always protecting him. She's always making sure that he's taken care of. And I think that they know that the fans want this. We want to see Luke in that light. We want to see Luke in the light that he deserves, because what light he's been put in is not what he deserves. So she's going to want to help him that way. There's a motivation behind being public about it. They will feed the fans. They'll announce it like Kali is saying, but they will keep their day-to-day private. Like, we don't have to be caught up in their actual day-to-day relationship. Like, whatever they have going on in their relationship, if they decide to move in together, if they decide to go on a trip together, that's none of our business. You know, like, Tom and Zendaya, we only see them on occasional outings, right? But we know they're together. We see them on occasional outings, but we don't know anything about their day-to-day. And they're just going to make sure that the fans know it's real, it's alive, and it's good, and it's beautiful, and if A is at the NTA Awards, I would be so mad. But then again, it would be like the Cressida moment where Colin told Penelope he was fine with Cressida being at their engagement party so that Cressida could watch Penelope shine. We're just talking about, like, when we think that Luke and Nick are going to hard launch, and we all are, like, leaning into September at the NTAs. Or we're imagining how beautiful it would be for them to do that at the NTAs. We're dreaming. Yes, we're daydreaming. The worst part is that we can't, and I don't think in the U.S. we can live stream the NTAs. I don't think we can stream the NTAs, so we would have to rely on everyone in the UK for that, I think. Yeah, like an occasional picture of them, like her taking a picture of him drinking his coffee at their favorite coffee shop or something, you know, like, or like going, you know, or like sitting together on the couch or something like that, you know? Like the little things that Jade and Luke used to drop, like little selfies they used to drop, like those are, I would say that we would get some of those, but overall they would be very private. But we'll all know when it happens. Like, there's no doubt about it. Yeah, which channel would it be on for the UK? ITV. Yes. Record it and tell us what happens. Stream it. Post it. Someone just show up there. Just get a fake red carpet pass so you could just be there as a paparazzi for us. Ooh, free champagne. I'll take it. If I had the money, I would totally drop money on tickets and fly to London. Are the NTAs in London or are they in a different city? So, if it's 8ish in London, it would be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that correct? Because it's a 6-hour time difference? Or is it a 5-hour time difference? If Tiff goes, we know we'll have all the information we need because Tiff will just show up. 7-hour. Okay. So if it's 8, it would be 1 here. We're all planning September 11th. We're setting our alarms right now because we need to know. We just need to know. Yes, it does count. You can stream it on 2 different devices. You can also stream it in 1.5 speed and it'll still count. We just know they got nominated, so we're counting on it. But there's also like 70 other people. Like, isn't there like 70 stars that got nominated for the same award? Do you guys think that they will be asked to the Emmys to host or to be one of the like announcers that reads off the award winners? Or like the Golden Globes? No, Netflix is counting all 8 hours. The internet will go mad. It'll break the internet again. I think some of the Bridgerton cast will be asked to go to the Emmys and Golden Globes. Because it'll help with the ratings. Yeah, Johnny Bailey is nominated for an Emmy. He won't. Stop saying that. We're not manifesting A on the red carpet. Do not manifest A on the red carpet. Okay? Do not. Do not. We are manifesting A out of the picture. And we are manifesting Nick in the picture. They broke up. That's right. They broke up. If A's on the red carpet, it's because she's a slightly stalkerish, crazy Delulu. The rumors of the bro breakup where Rory and Luke are no longer friends. I would love to find out about that as well. All the noise you hear in the background is my dog attacking one of my cats. Hey, who? We don't know this woman. Cara, leave the cat alone. Cara! So just so you guys know, my dog's names are Caramel and Mocha. But we call Cara, Cara. They're fine. They get chased daily. And also they hold their own. I hear my dogs yelp more than I hear my cats hiss. Caramel, yeah. She's the color of Caramel. She's a golden doodle, but right now she really needs to be shaved down because her fur is getting too long. So it's for me to groom her, it's like a 4 to 5 hour job. So, oh, did I say it wrong? Caramel? 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 How do you guys say it? Collie? I want to know. How do y'all say it? Oh, I say caramel. I say caramel. My golden doodle's stupid. She's just dumb. She is a trash panda. She's very special. We call her the stupid doodle. She's not very bright. She has great recall. Like if I take her outside, I don't have to put her on a leash. She comes right back to me. But she is, yeah. Housebreaking her. She is 3 years old, and we still are trying to housebreak her because she doesn't know how to let us know she has to go. And when she does let us know, it's such a low whine you can't hear her. But Mocha, he's really bright. He's got a large vocabulary. He understands a lot of words. And so this person we're talking about in the chat, Co-hot chick 1230. Is she the ship captain? She who one person we should trust? We tried the bells. She couldn't figure out how to use them. Yeah, we tried everything. She's Tiff's link for Instagram. It's at TIFAINE.red_. But she's on vacation right now. She's camping, and her reception is horrible. Tiff's edits are the best, though, are they not? There's a lot of good edits I see. Tiff's always make me laugh. Hello, Erin. Maybe she'll hard launch Luke August 22nd. Maybe he'll be her +1. I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people might disagree with me on this, but I do think that for their hard launch, it'll be a paparazzi moment. Just because of all of the drama that surrounded this. Like, I feel like Nicola will want it to be a confirmed, this is who he's with, there's no doubt about it moment. And someone said that they should wait for a while because there's healing that needs to be done. But when you have been friends for as long as they have, the healing is probably going to be a little bit of a quicker pace. You think so, Felicia? They'll get caught in the car like Tom and Zendaya did? The best comedy actress was for Big Mood, right? That could take an intimacy scene. Season 4, am I right? Charlene, we're just wishing and hoping and daydreaming about when Nick and Luke will hard launch for right now. Well, Charlene, we appreciate that, but I personally am going to say I don't need that kind of negativity here. It is going to happen. We're manifesting it. We're going to hold out hope. I mean, it's okay to stay grounded in reality, but I also love my Delulu, so I'm going to hang out here. It won't be soon. Because Nick won't want to look like the other woman. Or like she stole a man. Colleen. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, Charlene, for dumping a bucket of cold water all over us. I do like my Delulu. But I'm also absolutely okay with Nicola and even Luke dropping little Easter eggs for us to enjoy. That's true. If it was like he never launched her. We might need a waterfall for all of us. We got a few of those here in East Tennessee. He would win back the whole fandom if he dropped some Easter eggs for us about Nick. But I think he's also being careful right now because the fandom's been so mean to him. He's not posting because every time he posts, people are mean. It could be the best, most normal post on the planet, and people come down so hard on him. So why is he going to post? He's not getting any encouragement. And if he's not getting any encouragement, what's the point? Oh, I just knocked stuff off. Well, I'm breaking things now. And it's like people, as soon as they assume the worst of him, like, what's the point? Like, if you already hate me, then why am I going to even try? He needs to take a page out of Nicola's book and turn off his comments on his stories. What did you say, Lou? Oh no. Lou, what did you say? Oh. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying. He's not going to post. Because every time he does post, the world just comes down so hard on him. And it's just so mean. And it just hurts my heart. Because he truly is a genuine soul. I really do think he is. And I think people just don't understand him. Because they only see what the internet shows us. He's never done anything harmful to anyone. Like, even in the water with A, like, if you pay attention, like, he's gentle and patient with her, even if he seemed more tolerant than anything. I think we'd all feel better if there was solid confirmation that he and Antonio are not together anymore. Swim instructor. You know what's so funny? Everybody keeps saying that. My daughter, my oldest, the one in college, her job, she actually teaches kids to swim. Yes, I think you're right. All of the adjacents not posting right now and Luke not posting is leaving us a little bit edgy. I think we all want to know. We want to have some solid confirmation that all's well. But without that solid confirmation, we're just sitting here on a guessing game. And it's like it's been said, they owe us nothing. They literally owe us nothing. They're allowed to live their private lives. They're allowed to live. They're in their world. They're allowed to live how they are. Oh my goodness. OMG. My orange heart has a 1 on it. Sorry, I just noticed that. I finally have a number on that orange heart. That makes me happy. That would be great. Oh. Sorry. Oh, look at that. Oh, I got another one. That's how you get those? Is that little join my team thing? Oh, that's cute. I'm still learning about these lives. Thank you for sending me a gift, Kat. I appreciate it. Like, I don't even monetize. Like, if I do make, I think the first live I made 1 penny. I thought that was really funny. And I was on it for 7 hours. So, that was a lot of money for 7 hours. Luke does need to post a song. He needs to post something. I do think he needs to post something, but I really just don't think he will, because every time he posts, he gets such negative feedback. Oh, I got another one. Hi. Thank you. Thank you, Sheenie. Is it She New York Sales? She... I feel like that's a common... Thank you for all the gifts, guys. You guys are so sweet. That, I feel like that's a common feeling right now, is that we're all on edge and we all feel like something's about to drop, but we don't know what. We don't... Aw, thank you. That's someone that I worked with. They said, you just always are so happy. And I'm like, actually, truth? Probably not. I just like laughing. Laughter is the best medicine. Luke is busy recording Bless the Telephone so he can post it. Wouldn't that be so cool if he sang that? I'm gonna stay. I just, in my gut, I have this... Hi. Welcome from Spain. Hey, you would know. Were they in Spain last summer? Were there rumors about them being in Spain last summer? I so wish we knew that for fact. I would die if he sang a song that meant something to her and he posted it. Hi from Ireland. Can I speak Spanish? They can speak Spanish because we can translate it, right? Some people in here can translate. I can translate a little bit in Spanish. I can't speak it. I can just read it. Galway Girl. Yes, you should sing Galway. Oh, that would... Yes, Luke, if you're watching, you need to record Galway Girl and then post it in your stories so that we can all know who you love. I can translate to English. That's what I can do. Oh, a slow romantic, like a wedding version of Galway Girl. That would be so cute. Archer Marsh, where are you? You need to do Galway Girl you need to do an instrumental of Galway Girl for Bridgerton Season 4. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. If she posts something with Galway Girl, we know. We already know. You can translate the jokes. Well, I would need you to translate for me because a lot of times jokes go over my head. What if Luke sang True Colors? Ooh, that would be so sweet. You have to think that, like, during, like, at some point he was singing True Colors to her at some point. My question, Paulin, Lukola, Sarah, is the rumors about them being in Spain last summer together, Luke and Nick, were they true? Is there proof that they were in Spain last summer together? Oh, man. All you people that live in these countries and nobody knows. We had someone from Brazil earlier and they were like, we got no proof. Sorry. Was it this year in May? They were on tour in May, weren't they? They were on the press tour in May. I thought it was last year in May. Yeah, 2023, he was in Spain with some friends, but there was also rumors that Nicola and him went to Spain to figure things out, is what it was. I thought that they talked about them going to Spain back in 2023 to figure things out after filming. I didn't hear about the 2-week break between Brazil and Toronto. Where did y'all hear that? See, this is what I'm talking about. Half the time there's all this information and it's like, it's just so much information. during the tour. Could that explain Toronto then? What we were picking up on in Toronto? I thought she went to Toronto a day earlier than he did. That's what I'm saying. Who started the rumor that they were in Spain between Brazil and Toronto? Oh, okay. Fans. Because unless they can give me receipts, then I believe nothing. See, people are saying that there was 2 weeks between Brazil and Toronto, but from what I understand, she left Brazil a day early and went to Toronto. He came after her. And from what I understand, Brazil and Toronto were basically back to back. There was no 2-week break between. But that's what I understand. I could be wrong. And if you can show me that I'm wrong, I'm absolutely okay with that. Because I don't know. I don't have specific dates. Like, I've been trying to pull all the interviews and find specific dates. But everything is showing 3 months ago, 2 months ago. Nothing showing specific dates. How? I've tried to Google the dates of the tour and I can't find the dates. So I'm probably not Googling it right. Okay, so there was 2 weeks between Brazil and Toronto. Okay. See, this is part of, I'm new, like, I came in on this season, so, like, I'm still digging out information, trying to understand everything. So, I do appreciate all the information that you guys are giving me. Because a lot of, like, I have been reassessing a lot of the interviews, trying to figure out what kind of body language I'm picking up on. Yeah, it is a lot to keep up with. All the information coming at me, like, especially all the way since going back into 2019, like, finding out stuff from 2019. Like, I really do want to believe like, I want to believe that that all the information I'm getting fed is correct, but there's a lot of incorrect information, and trying to sort out the incorrect information from the correct information is really difficult. I heard, and this is just rumor again, that Antonia showed up at the last day of Brazil. That it was an unexpected arrival. And I feel like a lot of Antonia's appearances have been unexpected. There were pics of her in London while they were in Brazil. Okay, and then I also heard, let's go to that. I heard that while he was in Brazil with Nick, she was filming herself in his flat in London. Is that correct? Is that the rumor other people have heard? I think it's rumor that she came to Brazil the last day. I think it's rumor. I heard that she was posting videos in his flat in London while they were in Brazil. That was when she cut her hair. Yeah, I heard she posted a story to his flat, but I haven't seen anything to show that she did. And she's so public about that kind of stuff, like, I feel like it would have dropped in her stories or something. And that somebody would have screen recorded it and kept it. Okay, so she posted in Rory and Sienna's flat, not Luke's flat. Okay. She has been very quiet. That's one thing we've talked about a lot in this live, is how quiet she's been. So, coming from someone who's been in a situationship, and this is Antonia's point of view. This is not Nicola or Luke's point of view. So I want you guys to just bear with me. Someone said something pretty nasty to me on one of my videos, and I deleted the comment because I said that I had been a victim of situationships, and they basically came down hard on me for saying that I was a victim, that I could have got out. But coming from the point of view of being in a situationship, the things I was told by the guy led me to believe there was hope for me. And it was often, we'll go into the last situationship I was in 2020, although there was one this year, but I didn't know I was in a situationship until after the fact. But the one that I was in 2020, the guy led me, we had been friends for 8 years, and he went through a divorce, and he and I got together. Well, when things started getting serious with us, he actually started talking to someone else. And he straight up told me he didn't want to be in a relationship. But he gave me things, he said things to me that led me to believe that I still had a chance in his life. That he was still trying to decide between the two of us, even though he had already made his decision. So I do think that in many ways, we don't know what Luke has said to Antonia to allow her to be hanging on this tight. And it could just be some simple things he said that she's misinterpreted, because for me, that's what I did. I misinterpreted what was being said instead of reading between the lines. Because men will tell you a lot of times men know how to say things without saying it. And they usually have something there between the lines that you have to read to get to the real gist of what's going on. So, like, he could say, oh, you're special to me, but he could be telling someone else that he loves them. And so in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I'm special. I'm going to stick around. But what he could mean is, you're special, but not like that. Or he could be saying, I don't want a relationship right now. When he says right now, that leads you to believe, okay, well, there's hope for the future. But really what he's saying is, I don't want a relationship with you. And instead of saying with you, he says right now. So being 23, she's going to hear whatever he's saying, and her 23-year-old brain is going to twist it and turn it into, this is what he's telling me. He's telling me there's hope for me. He's telling me that we're going to get engaged. He's telling me he wants to get married eventually. So, like, maybe they had a conversation about marriage, right? And he said, well, yeah, I do want to get married eventually. He didn't say to her, he just says he wants to get married eventually. So she takes it to believe, oh, he wants to marry me. Or he's told her, like, the thing, like, with the magazine article about soulmates. He's told her, I can be myself with you, I'll enjoy cutting up with you. So when he said that in the article, she took it to mean that he was talking about her, when really he was talking about Nick. So it's just, he's led her to believe, because he's not given, you have to take men at face value. So if they're saying something, if they're not coming right out and saying, I want to be with you, I want to marry you, they don't want to be with you, they don't, or unless they're actually coming out and saying it, they don't want it. And a man who wants to be with you, he's going to make every effort to show people he wants to be with you. Yes, he was talking about Nick, about the soulmates, but maybe he said something to Antonia where she took it to mean he was talking about her. Yes, women, I think the reason why women over 30 are better able to see what a man's not all in is because we've been through it enough that we know. And I do think that we gain wisdom as the older we get. Like, when we're young and naive, we kind of miss the signs, but the older we get, the more we're aware that these men are not all in. Exactly, if he wanted to, he would. That is a common thing you see floating around. We're talking about like why A is hanging on so tight to him. And I think he led A on a bit, but he didn't mean for it to get so far, but he's just such a kind person that he doesn't know how to separate himself from it. And we've only seen a snippet. It's like someone said that if he didn't enjoy being around her, she wouldn't be around. Because men are like that. That if they don't let you around, you're not going to be around. Like, they're not the type to keep you around. So, like, he might enjoy some certain facets of her personality. She might be a fun friend to hang out with, but it doesn't mean that he wants her in his life. Did Luke make an Instagram post today? Or are we just talking about the blooper reel? I mean, he may have hurt Nick by not being able to say no to A. But I don't think Luke wanted to hurt anybody. I think he ended up between a rock and a hard place. And no matter which way he went, someone got hurt. I think Ant is a stalker. I think that he should just be honest. Because I think the truth is better than a lie. Yes, I think that he was blindsided. I agree with that. I think that in many ways he was blind. I think he knew he had feelings for her during season 3 filming. But I think that they were advised to separate for a while just to see if they were real or not. And then they did what they were told. And I think they've both been confused by their feelings because they've been best friends for so long. And, you know, he was with Jade for almost all of that up until middle of season 3 filming. So, like, maybe he was worried he was rebounding and he didn't want to take that out on Nick because, you know, he values his relationship with Nick. And maybe Nick was aware that he might be rebounding and didn't want to ruin their friendship by being a rebound. And I think in many ways he probably was sitting there thinking to himself, I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm so confused by this. How can I love this person who's been my friend for so long? Because he even has said he does not believe in the friends to lovers trope. He said he believes in love at first sight, but then if you listen to him, he can remember their first meeting as if it was a photographic snapshot. And yes, he said in March he was single, which by that point he should have been already dating A because of the New Year's Eve kiss, which, I mean, it's tradition to kiss someone on New Year's Eve. Like, that meant nothing in my mind. I think you're right, Tiffany. I think Nick told him to go date, explore the world before he dove right back into another serious relationship. Oh, we all believe. Well, there are some in here that don't believe that they've split. But for the most part, the majority believes that they split. It was in an interview. It was not, I don't know if it was in an article or if it was in an interview. Oh, I think he felt the attraction to Nick from day one. That's right, Megan. Manifest it. That's what we're holding on to that. But I think that yes, Polly, you're right. The intimacy coordinators tell them to take time apart, at least 6 months, but they did not take full 6 months apart because she went to the Shape of Things only, I think, 4 months after filming was over. And yes, I agree, Tori. And that's something else we addressed earlier, is that Nick wouldn't be posting all these things because she wouldn't want to create issues with Luke. Like, because she values her relationship with Luke. And she's not going to do anything that's going to diminish or destroy her relationship with Luke by posting things that are controversial and could come between her and Luke. Because if he was with A, she wouldn't want that to become an issue between him and A, and then him and her. And, like, That's not the type of person Nicola is, in my opinion. No, they were not together anymore when they filmed the intimacy stuff. According to reports, Luke and Jade separated in November. Intimacy stuff was in December. We would like to believe the rumors are true, but until we have solid confirmation, we're just going with our gut. And our gut says they did. I think as long as we lean in on the fact that they are apart and Nick is posting, I can't imagine Nick posting this stuff and hurting her relationship with Luke. Unless there was already a rift there. But she's not the one that would put the rift there. She doesn't want to be that person. Like, I think she would rather Luke make the rift. He didn't unfollow Jade for 6 months. So, and that's his business. Like, that's his public business account. So, yeah, I don't think she would. Like, she wouldn't post this stuff because if she did, it would create problems between Luke and Antonia, and then Luke would get mad at her for posting this stuff, and then it would be like this vicious cycle, and I just can't imagine her doing that. Like, I think that A is safely out of the picture so that she can confidently post this stuff. We agree with that, Nicola. We agree that they had a table reading and they talked. I'm absolutely convinced he pulled the new girl kiss on her after the table reading. That's just my Delulu vision. Yes. Nicola wants Luke on our good side. Like, she wants us to be on Luke's good side. She wants us on Luke. Yeah, she wants us to love Luke. I've never disliked Luke. I've been worried about him. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that they were on the press tour and it dug up feelings, especially considering how many times they like made eye contact. And it was all confusing, but Luke was already involved with A. Not maybe officially dating her, but involved. I am refusing to go with that idea that that song is for someone else. I refuse. Everything that she's posted is Luke coded. From the shirt, to the Scrabble board with the Guinness, to the song, to even like, yeah. It's all Luke coded. The Scrabble board with the Guinness, the shirt, the song, like, it's just all Luke coded. There's no one else. Yeah, and Nick knows we're going to assume it's Luke, so she wouldn't intentionally hurt Luke like that. The French toast breakfast, too. And you want to know something? I think the French toast breakfast was the day that they did the season 4 read. Because why would she just post a random French toast breakfast? She wanted us to know she was with someone because there was another plate across the table. Yeah, if it was someone else, she'd keep it private because she's a very private person. It's not just the Scrabble, it was the Guinness. Like, what people are missing is that there was 2 glasses there, and one of the glasses was intentionally off the Guinness coaster. I don't care if she played Scrabble with Jake Dunn before, that she intentionally moved the cup off the Guinness coaster. Why would you do that? Unless you were trying to make a point, because we all know that Guinness is Luke's drink. That's what he likes. And Guinness is their thing. So the Guinness was the clue. The Scrabble was just bonus. Gizmos is Fortnite related, which is a Taylor Swift song that they mentioned. I don't understand why people want to keep shipping her with Jake Dunn. Can we talk about that for a minute? He is openly gay. Like, this Jake Dunn theory, I don't know where this came from. I think it was Dumois. But it needs to go. She's allowed to have gay male friends. He also is really young, yes. And also Luke likes playing Fortnite. And yes, Jake apparently has a boyfriend. It's okay to stay grounded with your Delulu. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but you can't, if you separate each post, then yes, you're staying grounded with your Delulu. But when you combine them together, the Guinness, with the Scrabble board, with the words like Gizmos, Fortnite, all that, the Drink Your Milk shirt, we all know Luke wore that shirt for Johnny Bailey. The fact that she knew that the reflection of the person taking the pictures would be in her sunglasses. She knew that. She could have taken her sunglasses off, but she chose not to. And then the song, like, that's all Luke coded. So when you take them all together and you put them all in one basket, it's all Luke. It's not. She's sending messages. Nicola is very precise. She's very intentional. And I don't want to say cunning, because that sounds like that word has negative connotations. But I think in a lot of ways, she's a little cunning in her posts. And I feel like if you want to separate it and stay grounded and stay rational because you don't want to be disappointed, and I feel like that's what's going on with a lot of people who want to stay grounded in their Delulu, is that they don't want to be disappointed. But I have lived my whole life when it comes to love with disappointment. It has been one disappointment after another. So I am going to stay on this fairy tale, and I'm going to read this book to the very end, and I'm going to watch the Happily Ever After. And at the very end, I'm going to be like, I was right. I knew they'd get big together in the end. So, well, Nick also has blue eyes. And blue-eyed people they don't have any melanin in their eyes. So they're more sensitive to sunlight. So that's why she left her sunglasses on, I'm sure. She's crazy clever. She's the most cleverest. Yes, blue-eyed people cannot handle. I swear, if this Nicola right here, I know it's not the real Nicola, but girl, if you are the real Nicola and you're in here with a fun account and you are participating in this and you are the real Nicola, I would be so excited. But I know you're not the Nicola Coughlin we were talking about, but still, it would be super exciting. Just a side note. I'm gonna get on Canva. I actually was trying to design one last night through Printify, but I didn't like the end result, so I'm gonna work on it now that I have a solid design. But yeah, so I just feel like we're going. I understand not wanting to be disappointed. I understand wanting to stay grounded and stay rational, but it's okay to hope. Light that flame, friends. Light that flame. Keep it burning. Yes, light colored eyes. You cannot. You can't. Thank you for wishing me love, but stay. For the longest time, I have let the idea that real love exists, that flame has went out for me. And then when I saw Luke and Nicola together, the flame reignited, and I thought, well, maybe it does. Because I photographed a lot of weddings, and I've seen a lot of my couples get divorced. And I've seen, in my own life, painful things. But I see two people who I feel were very intentionally made for each other. Yeah, Nick, tomorrow's Champagne Friday. Can we post let's know if you are watching this. Can you post a glass of champagne? I just think that if you allow the jadedness to get in, you're going to lose your hope. So it's okay to be Delulu. And I don't think we're all Delulu. There's no way a million people in the world are this Delulu. There's no way. Oh, yeah. She has a secret account. She's in some of these lives. Thank you for the gift. It's so magical, too. Like, the fact that so many people say the same thing. We've never shipped anyone. We've never cared about anyone being in a relation, any celebrities being in a relationship like this. We've never considered it. We've never been drawn to it. And I feel like that should be a clear sign that if we're all seeing it and we've never cared before and we've never wanted it for anyone before like we do for these two, it shows us that this is real, that we're not seeing things. Even Shondaland is shipping them. I actually read something, well, I think it was the article that I posted a snippet of, and I feel like Shondaland intentionally did the Friends to Lovers trope articles because of that specific article. Because it says in the article, you remember that first moment of meeting like a snapshot. And I think even Shonda wants them to be together. Speaking of, there were some people who asked me about the New York City premiere where Luke looks really tense. I found it on Tumblr. And the creator who posted it is on TikTok. I believe it's Pollen Edits or something like that. Or Pollen's Edits or something like that. I will go back and if I can, I will share it. You found what, Kat? I missed that. I struggle with Tumblr. It's hard to understand. If I see something interesting, I start following them. I have the list of all the interviews they did. They're not chronological. They're just all the interviews. Colin Bridgie posted it on X, and I have it saved, but it's not chronological, and I really want to go in and put it in chronological order so that we can follow it better. But some of their outfits, like, don't have specific locations, so it's going to be hard to sort out. Jack Murphy is the dance person. He is the one who handles all the dancing. He's the dance instructor. Ryan Wheeler is the behind the scenes person. It is a lot. I actually spent one night, I think I was up till 5 a.m. watching them, and I finally had to tell myself to go to bed. And that's the thing, like, I want to put them in chronological order, but it is a lot. It's going to take some deep digging. Like, I'm going to have to go scuba diving. Do I have theories? I have a ton of theories. Are my theories correct? Are they based in fact? Or are they fiction? I don't know. Jack Murphy posted that he was taking a break on Instagram because there was a video he uploaded from one of his classes, and Sienna was in it, and I think Antonia was in that class, and he got a lot of hate from it. So he took a break off of Instagram for a while just to spend some time with his family. Colin Bridgie on X. If you go to Lucy, if you go to one of my posts, I did post a link in it, but you would have to dig through some of my posts to find it. Yeah, he wanted to really spend some time. Yeah, so are you serious? He had a death in the family and people were coming down on him for Sienna being in one of his classes? No, but Sienna was. I heard rumors that A was. Okay, he didn't get hate about Sienna. Okay, so that was all rumors too. So, alright. I just know he posted on Instagram, the basis of what he posted was that he was taking a break from Instagram because he really wanted to spend some time with his family. He really just wanted to focus on his family is what he posted. And then I heard on X, which I feel like X is not as reliable, but that he deleted his Instagram because he got hate about Sienna being in one of his classes. And then someone speculated that A was also in that class, but there was no proof that she was. I heard all the speculation. And this is why it is important to do your own research, because if you don't, then you end up having to go with what people say. And because he had already deleted his Instagram, I couldn't go back and suss out that video where they said Sienna was in the class. But now that I know that he had a loss in the family, see, I'm learning something new today. And this is the hard part of being part of this fandom, is that you get all this information tossed at you, and you have to sort out what's real and what's fake. Because people will make up rumors. They'll just say anything. Yeah, they're never... Listen, if what people were saying about him getting hate about Sienna and plus having a death in the family, I would have been fighting for Jack. I would have been fighting. So yeah, people said that there was a picture to show that they were in that class, but where is it? All these people who say, I have the receipts, I have the receipts. Okay, well, I will tell you right now, I have a picture of what looks like Antonia in Italy, but until I can prove that it's her in Italy, I don't want to share it. And there's only one way I can prove she's in Italy, and it's a little block in the sidewalk that's below her, and I cannot find a picture of the sidewalks in the park where they did the Bridgerton thing in Milan. And I just want to be able to prove it. Like, I just want to be able to prove it. Okay, so S was in a big group picture on his stories, not a grid post. Okay, so S was in his class. Is that confirmed? Okay. Now, we have it confirmed that S was in his class, but not A. Now, people have pictures, they have a proof. Okay, so y'all have proof. Okay. A was not. But did he get hate for Sienna being in that class? Can I have a comment on that? Okay. So him shutting down his Instagram really was just to deal with the death of his family. Sure, if you want to send me a screenshot of the photo, that would be okay. I believe, because multiple people said they have it, I believe it exists. I don't know what it would do for me to have it, but I would appreciate it, yeah. When people say that they know something and they don't provide receipts, I feel like it's either a play at, look at me, I have all the information when I really have no information, or it's a play at gaining followers, or it's a play at feeding rumors that don't exist. I know he said he was taking a break. He did say that on his Instagram. I saw that right before his Instagram went down. But all the rumors on X was that he was getting hate about Sienna being in his class and everything. So, like, I don't go on Instagram enough. I've been more active on Instagram in the last 3 months than I have been in 3 years. It was his sibling. Oh. That makes me sad. I mean, he's a dance instructor. Do they not expect dancers to go to a famous dance instructor's classes? Oh, it was his brother. Jack Murphy is he's the dance instructor for Bridgerton. Yes, Sienna's a dancer too. I think you're right, user. I feel like a lot of times these stories get spread because someone says something and people take it at face value, and instead of actually, they don't really dig deep. And when I see someone say something, I start doing my own research because it drives me nuts. But then there are times where I'm like, I can't find anything, so I don't know how true this is. But then it's like multiple people start saying it, so then I'm like, maybe it is true. And then, yeah, I can't imagine losing my sister. That would break my heart. Yes, receipts means proof. Like, if you can't show me proof that you know something, I can only take what you're saying with a grain of salt. And I need to ask, does anyone know what park they did the Bridgerton thing in Milan, where they did the promo shots and everything, the pictures. Does anyone know what park that was in Milan? Because I found 3 parks in Milan and I cannot nail down which park it was. I don't even know if it was park. It could have been private property. Not the balcony. No, that was Juliet's balcony. I'm talking about, you know, where she was in the white outfit, the jumper with the white collar, and he was in the tank top, and the one picture where they're both looking at each other and smiling, the one she shared from Milan. I think the balcony was that Vienna? I'm talking about like where they had like the whole Verona. Thank you. Why did I say Vienna? I know Romeo and Juliet. Oh, I'm so stupid. Just ignore that I said Vienna, okay? I knew that was Verona. I'm talking about where they had the Bridgerton backdrop and they were outside. It's a white like jumper style dress with a shirt underneath. It was a white shirt underneath. Yeah, they were standing on grass for the pic in Milan. They were in both Milan and Verona. They went to Milan first, then they went to Verona. Oh, I think jumper means sweater in another country. Was it their hotel grounds? It was on grass, and they had the Bridgerton backdrop. But that was Milan, because they went to Verona the next day, I believe, or a couple days later. Oh, a jumper means a sweater in UK. Yes, that one, where Luke was jealous that the stylist was fixing her dress, and he pulled her in. Okay, it was at their hotel grounds. Okay. So it was not at a park. What hotel did they stay at? Because I need to be able to prove that Antonia was standing on the sidewalk there just near the hotel. Because there's a little block underneath her on the sidewalk. And it's different than the rest of the cement. The hotel was Bulgari. Because if that's in the grounds, then I can prove that she was in Italy. That's the only distinguishing feature besides some bushes. Yes. I was sent something on Instagram by a user who asked to stay anonymous, and it does appear that she was in Italy based on the bushes behind her, but I can't prove it unless I can. There's a distinctive block underneath her, and I can't prove it. It's true, she could have, but it landed in her stories while they were in Italy. You can message me. Just send a message request and I'll get it. Yes, Antonia. Apparently, it showed up in her stories right around the same time they were in Milan. Oh, thank you. Bulgari Hotel Milano. Thank you. Yay. See, this is why we have the internet. And this is why we have people who are smart on the internet. It was too sunny and, well, okay. I don't know anything about Italy in January. Is it warm in Italy in January? No, this dropped in her stories when Luke and Nicola were in Milan. So she could, you know how she does delayed posts? Like her LA posts were delayed? It's always warm in Italy. Fair. January's cold. Okay. Well, it was sunny and clearly warm in this photo. His birthday's in February, not in January. Nicholas is in January. See? Someone else saw the story of the bushes, too. She took pictures with a certain type of bushes that were similar to the ones that were in that scenic area of where they were doing the Bridgerton pictures. But here's the thing. She does delayed posting sometimes. So she could have posted a picture from when she and Luke went to Italy. But I have it in my gallery on my phone. And I've been holding back because I want to share it. But I don't want to share it until I can prove that it is indeed the same area. Because I don't want to say something that's not true. Yes, Italy is where Nick and Luke seem to be off in some interviews, and that's why I think if she was there, that would make sense. Does that make sense? Do you agree with me, Greenbird? Like, it would make all the connection, it would connect us to why that they were so tense. Should I just share it and say, can you guys help me suss out if this was taken? Okay, I will make a post. I will share it and say, can you guys help me suss out if this was taken at the same location? Because I think people would like to be detectives, and they like to be detectives. Okay, I will share it after the live. Yes, in the interview, something was off until the paddle game. And if you notice slowly in their interviews in Milan, they slowly start moving their chairs back together. No, there's nowhere that the interviews are in order chronologically. That's one thing I wanted to work on. I wanted to put them in chronological order so that we could see the play of their body language through the... Yeah. Oh my goodness, I finally found the videos I was looking for from the New York premiere where Shonda even asked Luke if he was okay. And I was like, that was all because of Antonia's presence. It's not in order. The Google Doc that you're talking about, the Colin Bridgie, it's not in order. It's not. It is all over the place. You've got Australia at the top and at the bottom. You've got Brazil at the top and at the bottom. It's not in order. Yeah, the interviews weren't released in order. They were just released however they decided to drop them. So it's really hard to figure out what dates are what. Oh, they were fighting. You could tell in the very first interview. I'm assuming it was the first interview because Luke was sulky. The way he was sitting back in the chair, he was kind of sulky. And then at the very end of the interview, Nicholas said something. And Luke says, perfectly said. I couldn't have said it better. And it was the way he said it was so much sass. And Nicola had her hands on her hips and she looked over at him and she was just like, are you serious? Like her face said, are you seriously doing this right now? And I was like, wow. They were fighting like a married couple. It was in Italy. I'll have to find it and link it. No, at the New York premiere. That's a good question. Did Nick hug Antonia before she hugged Luke? No, but I saw a video of, I don't know the answer to that, but I did see a video of where Nick's face fell as soon as Antonia walked away. Like you could see that she had been sucker punched. Yes, that's the rumor, is that that she originally was invited, Greenbird, you're on point, that she was originally invited, and then she was uninvited, and she showed up anyway, which I think Sister Dear had a play in that one. I think Lauren brought Antonia as her +1. Because I have a feeling that when Antonia got uninvited, she ran to Lauren crying, saying, I don't understand why he uninvited me. What did I do? And then Lauren was like, oh, well, just come as my +1. Because if you notice, Antonia clung to Lauren the entire time. No, that was the NYC premiere, Angela, we're talking about. Lauren is Luke's sister. Yes, and that was actually in London. If you pay attention, during the Kiss interview, the one where she had to whistle and her mouth was real dry. Luke is still trying. He's trying to get her attention there. I mean, that's true too, Greenberg. He's a nice person. Like, he probably didn't know how to tell her not to come. But the video I saw of right after the hug, when Antonia and Lauren moved on, Nick's face, she looked like she'd been sucker punched. Luke hasn't been liking any of Nick's stuff lately. Yeah. I've maintained that those hugs between Antonia and Nicola and Lauren and Nicola they have such mean girl vibes. It's so fake. That's not the London premiere. Yeah, that's true. New York City, they were there at the same time. Luke's not been liking anything from his Bridgerton cast. Yes, it was a bless your heart. And if you're from the southern United States, you know what that means. You know, if someone says bless your heart, you better be watching your back. Because that was the biggest bless your heart hug I've ever seen in my life. It reminded me of in Mean Girls, where Regina George tells the girl that her skirt is vintage. And she says that, you know, that was the ugliest skirt she'd ever seen in her life. That's true. A little over it. I mean, why does he need to like her stuff when he's sitting there right next to her liking everything she's got anyway? And if you notice at the New York premiere of the Chaos, or after the New York premiere at the Chaos dinner, if you notice they were seated separately, and he kept trying to find his way back to her. Like in all the pictures, it's showing where he kept trying to find his way back to her. Luke is not I mean, if Luke is a social media person, he's a lurker, not an active person. He's more of a lurker than anything. Oh, that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on, JMO. I'm actually working on a list of interviews in chronological order with notations of things I've noticed in each interview. I've also been working on studying up on body language so that I don't sound like I'm just shooting out of my rear end. It's definitely a concerted effort. I'm not gonna lie. It's consuming my life. So hopefully my clients understand my obsession. I'm just kidding. I do work first. Lauren is Luke's sister. She's younger than Luke. Their parents did alliteration. How cute. Yes, the Colin Bridgie list is a little all over the place. Yeah, I would say so, considering that they clung together at the New York premiere, and also Lauren posted on Antonia's video, "You can do my makeup next." Is Claire in here? Claire, are you in here? Say hi. Oh my gosh, I have 234 people in here. What is going on? I feel... Wow, okay. So many people are joining all of a sudden. What is up? Look at this. Everybody's joining. It's so crazy. Megan, that's so true. That would be so fabulous. Aw, thank you. TikTok. Okay, so using my photography software, I tried my best to clean up her sunglasses as good as I could. And I do see what a lot of people are seeing. It is strong masculine figure, sitting with one leg bent under the other, leaning on one arm, and I did see something shiny on the right wrist, which is where he wears his bracelet, and it does look like the phone is being held in in the left hand. So I do see a masculine figure, and it does look like the person's wearing a black tank top. However, I will make a side note, when I cleaned up the sunglasses on both sides, there looks to be a third person in what would be Nicola's left lens, but for us it would be the right lens. They're right here at the corner. There looks to be a third person right here, but I could be wrong. And then I tried to clean up Luke's shirt from when he was in the party where the lighting was more purplish and blue, like DJ lighting. And where the stain should be on his shirt, there's a crease there, there's a fold. So I can't pinpoint. I try to clean it up. I literally was like, Mary, you've gone off the deep end that you're trying to clean up a shirt from a screenshot. The theory on why A hasn't posted anything is the theory that me and Heather and Megan are all leaning into, and several others. Chaos week. Forget chaos dinner. How about chaos week? It's because that Luke broke up with her and she had to sign an NDA. And so all the little random accounts we keep seeing popping up are her, because she can't post under her name, because if she gets caught, then she's in violation of the NDA and could get sued. She's in mourning. Fair. That's fair. They may have broken up. This is true. But my Delulu says they did. Okay, where is Claire? Because people are replying to her comments, and I want to know where she's at. Oh, there she is. Hi, Claire. Megan, they have broken up. Megan is the most convinced out of all of us. I think we all just would like for... Wait, what? Say that again? Wait. Nicola, your cousin works for a private restaurant in London. You've asked if they go there. Your cousin had to sign an NDA for famous people who go there? Or she had to sign an NDA when they were there? Yes. And see, that's what I'm saying, is that someone tried to say that in the industry that it's off limits to have someone sign an NDA, and I highly disagree with that. Raven Simone, her partner, has signed an NDA. It is actually becoming more and more common practice, because with the internet, it is way too easy for people's information to get out there, and it's all about, whatever you want to keep things private, because all it takes is one bad post on the internet and it goes crazy. Yeah, I've had jobs where I had to sign an NDA. I worked for Dollywood and Stampede, and in both of those we have to sign that we can't disclose certain things that happen behind the scenes. Oh, we've talked about Javian's TikTok. Sorry, I'm going to say they, just to be respectful, even though he has all pronouns on his thing. They are throwing so much shade, it's hilarious. Whew, I feel like we all are waiting for something to drop, but some of us are staying on the positive boat, and some of us are kind of in the hesitation boat, and some of us are like, I feel like we're all in different parts of the cruise ship right now. We're on different floors. not to get sued. That's what the incentive is, to sign an NDA, because if she didn't sign the NDA and she exposed Luke, she could get sued for, what's the word? Libel, slander. Also, too, it could ruin her career. Defamation. Well, first of all, he called his slicked back bun a cinnamon roll bun, but he was talking about how to get the perfect slicked back bun. And if you look at the Girls Girl account that is now on TikTok, it's girls_girls, in case you want to look it up. One of the videos says that Antonia is the queen of the slicked back bun. Yes, I saw the overlay of the shirt sleeves. They're identical. Those, and I'm telling you. So, okay, when the t-shirt picture dropped, I did go live, and I did say in my live, I did ask, I said, didn't he have his sleeves rolled up? I said, because it looks like there's rolls, there was creases in that shirt from it being rolled up. I have worked in retail, I know what a brand new shirt looks like. I know what it looks like when you wear a shirt too much. That shirt was used. Hannah Dodd's shirt, it looks brand new. So, you can't convince me otherwise, it's Luke's shirt. Oh, yeah, you did mention the creases, Carmen. We did talk about that. And I said something about the fact that his shirt, wasn't his shirt rolled up, and someone found the picture of him. I think it was probably, was it you, Carmen, that found the picture of him in the shirt with the sleeves rolled up? I don't know. Lowe is selling it right now. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Carmen, for correcting me. All credit goes to Carmen. Because it's Jonathan Bailey's promotion. She's not going to tag Luke Newton in his own shirt. She knows that would send us. It's Jonathan Bailey's promotion, so she's tagging him because it's his Lowe's campaign. Hannah's shirt is a brand new shirt. It's never been worn. So if he sent everybody brand new shirts, why in the world would Nicola wear her shirt a lot, not wash it, and then put it on again? Oh, we think Luke and A have broken up. That's why that's why Nicola was wearing his shirt. This is my theory, and I shared this the other day, and I'm going to stick by it. My theory is they went for a season 4 table read. He pulled a new girl kiss on her, and they got a chance to talk. They spent the weekend together. They played Scrabble. They spent the night at each other's houses. She decided to be cheeky and wear his shirt with a pair of his boxers. And then they, of course, had to go back to real life, so he made sure to call her during the week because she's filming, and they spent some time on the phone before they went to bed, and then she posted the song because it's oh so romantic. I do want to write a romance, and I want it to be converted to a film. Wouldn't that be a beautiful movie? Can we just have a Luke and Nicola movie? I'm 100% convinced, because if he watched as many rom-coms as he did, he knew how to pull the rom-com moment, especially Notting Hill. And why would Luke need to like any of Nicola's stuff on IG when he's sitting right next to her, admiring that demure mindfulness right there? I mean, I don't need to go to Instagram to like my kids' stuff when I'm sitting right next to my kids. That's not in a romantic aspect. Let's be clear. My kids are my kids. But I'm telling you, like, if I'm sitting right next to my kids, I don't need to go to their Instagram to like their stuff. I would believe he's sitting there whispering, "You're so demure, you're so mindful," as she's posting it, and they're giggling about it. Have a good day at work, Nicola. Try not to work too hard. If he did chase her carriage, her driver, down and say, wait, and And then he pulled open the door and said, Nicola, let me in. We got to talk. It's on TikTok. The Girls Girl account is girls_girl. Girls_girl on TikTok. There's no Delulu here. It's all fact. It's not fiction. I don't know what you're talking about. It's real. It's real life. Right here. Having a reading on there. Let's not be mean in the comments, guys. Let's not tear apart how other people feel about the likes on social media, okay? Let's be kind. I would love to be your best friend. We could be best friends forever and ride this ship together. Go on a cruise. Call it the USS Lukola cruise. That would have been cute, playing footsie and flirted. Or she could have been giving him the cold shoulder during the read, but really pouring her all into the read. And she probably, as she was walking away, he was like, Nicola, wait. Nicola, just wait. And then he grabs her hand and he pulls her back in and gives her that new Virgo kiss. He goes, don't you understand how much I love you? I'm so sorry for everything I've done. Please forgive me. Can we please talk? And then she's so shocked by the kiss. She's like, okay, all right, let's talk. Because he pulled the exact thing she loved. And she's like, he does love me. He does know me. And then they went and they talked and they spent the whole weekend together. They played Scrabble at a pub. And then she was so excited. And just, so beautiful. And then she's like, but my fans need to know everything's all is well. They need to know. It is appalling. You are correct. That TikTok is tragic. The mind sees what the mind sees. I see this. And she looked very giddy in that t-shirt pic. She's like, look at me. I'm in my boyfriend's shirt and his boxers. That right there is a status symbol. If you can get the man's boxers and his t-shirt, you know you've won. She was glowing. That post-coital glow. He had to, and he had to pull it off in front of everybody. Shonda, Julia Quinn, Jess Brownell, Luke Thompson. Girls Girl is an account on TikTok. That is where I'm pretty sure is Antonia. The pub is a neutral place. So if you're going to have a hard conversation, it's important to have it in a neutral place. You don't want to have a hard conversation in your own home or in someone else's home, because that can actually diminish the conversation in many ways. It can make it feel like a violation of your private space. So perhaps they went to the pub to start the conversation, to really open up the floodgates, and then the floodgates ended up at one of their places. And if you know what I mean by floodgates. I'm being very cheeky right now. Oh, they were done talking when they ended up at the place. That's what I mean by floodgates. Oh. You're killing my vibe with all this talk about Antonia. Oh my goodness. I don't know how many fake accounts she has. I feel like she has like at least 10. Who? Nicola? Luke, my wife Newton. And again, and again. It's girls underscore, just put an at girls underscore girls. Yes. Only their hands. Just their hands. Did you know, and this is something I've learned with body language, did you know that people tend to notice hands more? And they find hands to be more, how can I say this? I don't want to get banned. Sexual in content. And I think that's why Shonda uses hand acting so much. Intimate, thank you. They tend to see hands as more intimate. And that's one of the first things people notice is someone else's hands and what they're doing. And so in body language, we tend to focus on people's hands, which is why I think Shonda uses hands so much in her show, because it's a very her show has a it's a highly intimate, personal, sexual content. Well, Shonda, it's the final edits. Shonda does the final edits. She said that in an interview in the New York premiere. She is the one who works on the final edits. But yes, Andrew Hahn does guide some of the hand acting, but he only did 2 scenes. So it was Andrew Hahn, Tom Verica, and then there's other directors that cover each scene, or each season, or each episode. Andrew Hahn did 2 episodes, Tom Verica did 2 episodes, but Shonda gets to do final edits. She even said at the New York premiere that she was supposed to be working on final edits, and she ended up was watching it instead of actually editing. Yes, and everybody was paying attention to Luke's hands, and her hands during the press tour, so that there's a lot of proof in the body language about hands. We were talking about my romantic thoughts on what happened between Luke and Nick, mainly. But now we're talking about the hand acting and why it's been used so much in Bridgerton. Because body language, it says that people notice hands, and hands tend to have a very intimate, personal connotation. So I really feel like that's why they lean so much into the hand acting in Bridgerton. What are you going to say, Claire? Don't get banned. Claire, if you get banned, that would be really sad. Hand acting. Listen, Luke's hands were unpaid actors. We just have to go there. They were 100% unpaid actors. There was some hand acting going on this past weekend. I'm convinced. There's theories that the hand holding was their play for the PR tour, like them holding hands because people notice it so much. So I think it could have started out as that, and that's what lent to some of their feelings. And also the Regency period, there was no touching. You weren't supposed to touch each other. You couldn't even hold hands in the Regency period. Like, you couldn't, even if you were, like, you had, yeah. He holds her hand real tight. And the eye contact, like, them making eye contact. Shonda's a genius. That's why she is who she is. That's why she has a whole land called Shondaland. They do squeeze, and then the pressed against his thigh in Brazil was inappropriate, okay? It wasn't just his... Brazil was not his thigh. And that was inappropriate. Right there all on camera. Everybody saw it. He knew everybody was going to see it. Yes, exactly. By the tour end, they didn't even have to look for each other's hands. They just knew where each other's hands were. Shonda knows. Like Golda knows. Like we know. Shonda knows the most, though. In Brazil, when they're on the red carpet and she's in the red dress, like the hooded red dress, he grabs her hand, he puts it right up against his hip area, and angles his hips forward just enough. It was not appropriate. It was just enough of a hip thrust for him to be like, you feel this? And the way she looked at him, she was like, mm-hmm. Their body language was screaming in Brazil. That's why we all saw it. We all knew there was something definitely different in Brazil. And I that's actually kind of what sucked me into the fandom. I was like, wait, what happened in Brazil? And then when I started diving deep, on the red carpet in Brazil is what we're talking about. The handhold when she's in the red hooded dress. But with Brazil, you know, like, that's actually kind of what sucked me in a little bit, was because when I saw Brazil, I was like, wait, what happened in Brazil? Am I crazy? Did they get together in Brazil? And then I thought, okay, well, then I started deep diving, and that's actually what brought me more into the fandom. I blame Brazil. Brazil sucked me in. They were quieter in Dublin and Galway. They were much quieter. There was something just so quiet about them in Dublin and Galway. Could have been that they were both coming off sickness from Toronto. Could have been that they were just trying to sort out everything that had happened. Because, I mean, can you imagine you going on a press tour thinking it's just a work thing, and then you coming out head over heels in love, but not knowing how to sort it out, but also knowing your press tour is coming to an end, also knowing there's a third party at play, just not understanding how to sort it all out. And I feel like a lot of it comes down to that's where their feelings were. Because she's not used to hearing him compliment her like that. Like, any other compliments he's ever really made, it was either feeding off of her compliments, or it was compliments he made, like, with Johnny Bailey. Like, she doesn't get to hear that from him often. Oh, we want to go back to what happened this past weekend? Is that what we want to talk about? Go back into our romantic rom-com? Their eye contact was fire. The way he looks at her, he looks down at her like, I am so proud of my wife. That's the look that he looks down at her like, this is my wife, I'm proud of her. And a mom knows, like, a mom can say, oh, that's who my daughter's going to marry. We were just, Skylar, we're talking about the fact that he was we were convinced that something happened and they spent the weekend together. At least I'm convinced. I'm trying to convince everyone else. Yes, that's exactly what he's saying, Heather. He's looking at her like, this is my life, my wife, my lover, my everything. I'm so proud of everything she is. That's literally what it looks like he's saying when he looks at her. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. And I think that's what sucked us in, is that when he looks at her, and I mean, you can see it when she looks at him, but it's something about the way he looks at her. And I think most of us are females, yes. I think that's something we all crave in our own lives. Like, we see the way he looks at her and we crave it. We want that. We want the guy in our life to look at us like that and to know we are everything to that person. Wait, what? Megan, what are you saying? Megan? You saw Polaroid Gate? How are you going to drop that in there and just randomly just drop that in there? Oh, please tell us. Megan, are you going to go live to talk about Polaroid Gate? I want that so bad, Heather. I just want some guy to look at me like that. You're the queen of chaos, Megan. When I see men look at their women like that, I'm like, I want that. That's what I want. I want that feeling. Yeah, show it to us, Rachel. I want to see it. Claire did it. She's the queen. You're just an inches. That's funny. I gotta get off here in about 20 minutes because I gotta go get my kid. My youngest, who's not a driver, because my middle is at color guard practice. The Polaroid is from the Dublin, where she's wearing the big hat. The big black hat? The round one? Oh, I think that they went to the bar after the read. Oh, she's wearing black. Oh, Galway was the hat. You're right. Galway was the hat with the white shirt because that's where her mom was. So she's wearing the black dress, and he is in the black outfit with the white accoutrements. We don't know for sure when the table reading was. We just heard that they have already done their table read. Oh, it's her back, and he is looking at her. That was their best look. That was my favorite dress she ever wore. That's so sweet. How did you guys come to this conclusion, if you don't mind me asking? A whole team effort. Megan, are you being intentionally vague? No, I'm just kidding. Lots of hands Googling different things. This is why we have Google, guys. Three hours. That's dedication. I love how you guys have formed like this whole like group friendship. I think that's so sweet. 38 member team. Teamwork makes the dream work. So did you guys like do like a Zoom conference call? Where you guys were all like on Zoom Googling things? WhatsApp group call. That's cool. That's the kind of friendship. That's a good kind of friendship. I bet that was unhinged too. That 3 hours. Y'all got on a group call to see about the Marie Claire. That was on a computer screen. I think you can actually find the Brazil red carpet even on TikTok. Oh, it was Heather doing her own research. Sorry. You know when Nicholas, thank you. When Nicola sneezed in Toronto into her hands and then didn't wipe her hands, and they were both sick, I was like, well, that's why you guys both got sick. That's not why. You're not wrong. Okay, I'm pretty sure that shirt, that face on that shirt is Elvis. I do not think that is Labi Safir, or however you say his name. Attention, Nick. If I'm wrong about the Polaroid, you can correct me. Please, Nick, let us know you're here. Let us know you're in this live. Pop on in and tell us hi. We would love to know. Counter it. Please, counter it. I'm absolutely certain that shirt he's wearing on Nicola's last day of filming is Elvis. Because of the lips. Yeah, because if they stay at his flat... See, that's another reason why I'm assuming that they went to her flat. Because if they went to his flat, Antonia knows where he lives. And that stalkerish behavior, she'd be banging on his door, like, doing some crazy crap. Listen, if she shows up in one of my lives or even comments on one of my videos, I will go full send. I will be like, wait, what just happened to my life? I will not be able to come down off that high for quite a while. A triangle. Yeah, Nick, if you see this live, can you show us another picture of the back of your phone, just randomly? Just so we know that you're listening. Nick, are you there? Earth to Nick. I don't know if she has. Some people have tagged her in it, but, like, I just would not believe that she's taken the time to even look. Yeah, the person you're talking about, that is Christina. Her follow is at easy_ like Sunday morning, and I think a lot of what she says has some valid content. She's a teacher, so wordplay is a big part of her life. Megan, post it. Like, post that you guys figured it out, like, on your TikTok. Or you can send, like, I'm sure you can send Bex a private message. Yeah, Megan, if you guys did it, you deserve the credit. Because if you could post pictures in here, someone would snag it and be like, I did it. You should make sure you get the credit. I am here till they start having, I am here while they start popping out babies and doing films together and directing films together and producing films together. I hope that they create their own production company called Lukola Land. That would be funny. I hope when they start having babies, he posts pictures of her pregnant. You want to know, thanks for the gifts, guys. You want to know, like, I had no idea until just a couple years ago that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were together. That's how much I don't ship people. That's how much I don't pay attention. And it's funny to me because, like, you know, like, out on the red carpet for Ryan Reynolds' movie, Blake walked behind him and pinched his butt. And then Nicola said something to Luke about, you know, it's like she was going to pinch his bum or something. I thought that was cute. Someone did an edit about that. Well, at least if they showed her pregnant, you know, the simulated bellies that they have to wear to pretend they're pregnant, at least Luke would have a full view of what she'd look like pregnant with his child, and it would make him think more. Paris Fashion Week is in September. See, this is how out of touch I am. Like, can you imagine him just being able to see a future view of her pregnant? Like, that would be... Thank you for keeping me in touch, Heather. I needed this help because I feel like I don't know enough, but I feel like I feel like I'm good with like understanding people, but when it comes to like celebrities and understanding what's going on in the world, I'm like, wait, what? Is that happening? Is that really happening? I hope they get a few more scenes than Canthony did in season 3. I hope they get more scenes in season 4, like as a married couple. Jonathan Bailey announced that he and Simone will be back for season 4. Did you guys see that? So if all fashion weeks are in September, how do people decide if they're going to go to New York, Paris, or where's the other one at? New York, Paris, and then there's more than 2, right? Milan, okay. See, I knew a little bit. Invitations. They have to be personally invited. See, I'm learning things today, guys. Oh, London. So there's 4. Or is there more? We should go. New York, Paris, London, Italy. Different weeks. Oh, they flow out in different dates. So that if you get invited to more than one, you can go to all of them. Fair. I'll be jumping off the live in 8 minutes, guys. I don't want to keep my kid waiting. I did forget to set out the chicken I was going to make for dinner tonight, so now I have to wait for that to thaw. That was my bad. Dang it. Dang it about the chicken, or dang it about me getting off the live? Oh. I'm making chicken Alfredo tonight. Well, I'm making chicken pasta, but I have one kid who doesn't like Alfredo, so I make 2 different. I make marinara sauce and Alfredo sauce. Yeah, by the way, for anyone who also forgot, you have clothes in the dryer and clothes in the washing machine. You might want to check the clothes in the washing machine before they sour. Go ahead and run that dryer again. Just give it one more run. Fluff them up. And if you forgot about the dishes in the dishwasher, I give you full permission to go ahead and run your dishwasher one more time. My next live, well, tomorrow night we have Jamboree at the high school. Sunday, I can do a live on Sunday because Saturday I have to photograph a wedding, and tomorrow night we have a Jamboree at the high school. Listen, I run my dryer a minimum of 5 times, only because my dryer does not like to dry clothes. So, I will remind you to adult as long as you keep me up to date on everything happening in the world. Time on Sunday. Let's see. Sunday, it'll be Sunday evening. Let's go 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Is that okay? And remember, guys, I am downloading them and uploading them to YouTube. I just have a really long one that's taken a while to upload. So, I know Sunday I am helping my daughter paint her senior parking spot. So hopefully we will have to be done by 7 p.m. for sure. No, that's the middle of the night, she says. It's night in Europe then. Aw. Okay. Okay. Listen. For my European people, Saturday morning before I do the wedding I could go, because I don't have to be at the wedding till 2. I could do a live Saturday morning. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. I don't have to be at the wedding till 2. The wedding's about 45 minutes away. A 2-hour live I think is fair. I could do like 10 a.m. Saturday morning. Eastern Standard Time. What would that be for you UK people? I would be on all weekend, and that's okay. That's okay. Even if I'm not getting paid, it's a great hobby. You know what I mean? Eastern Standard Time right now is 4:25 p.m. So I will go live Saturday morning and live Sunday evening. Someone said 7 hours. I thought it was 6, but someone said 7. And I'll put it on my calendar too. So I can remind myself, Mary, get up and do your thing. Don't be lazy. Who knows? Who knows? In the next 48 hours, Nick may drop something else for us to talk about. So that would be fantastic. Or I could come up with some more romantic stories for you guys to share. Or I could be working on, my timeline of interviews. I'm just hoping that Nick gives us more to talk about. Or Luke. Luke could give us something to talk about. Okay, so I'm 5 hours behind UK time. So right now it's 9:27. Oh yeah, Tiff's time. Well, it's going to be Saturday evening, so Sunday evening we could discuss that. I'm working on doing a chronological timeline of the interviews and things that I see happening in the interviews that I feel like are of note. And it is a project. It is a project and a half, guys. I'm not lying. It is a project. So just bear with me on that because it is a deep dive. I'm scuba diving down into the deep reefs of the ocean. There is a complete list of the interviews, but it's not chronological. So me being the person I am, I like to do things in chronological order. Fair. Timelines first, then the comments later. I do want them to feel that happiness, guys. I want them to be in complete bliss. And then I'm also going to work on... you know what? I'll work on writing that book, too, that you guys think I need to write. So, I can't promise that one. That's a lot of work. But I might work on it. And then it could be turned into a screenplay. And then you could be like, ooh, I knew her. I know her. She's my friend. And you guys can all come to the red carpet. And then we'll invite Luke and Nicola because they were the inspiration. My mom always said, some of you are joining just as I'm getting ready to leave, guys. I'm so sorry. But who can play the leads? Luke, Nicola, why not? They could totally play the leads. That sounds like a plan. We'll all be on the red carpet. I'll be like, okay, guys, open invitation to the red carpet. Let's go. And then we could all wear themed dresses, yeah. Yes, we could all pay for it. We could all put our money together and make it into a big production. You're going to hold me to it. Okay, fair. Do I need to sign a contract on that? Do I need to play the A moment and sign an NDA? I'm just kidding. Sorry, guys. Don't worry about Luke not liking your stuff. Don't worry about that. If they're together, he doesn't need to like her stuff. Listen, when I launch the book, everybody needs to buy a copy. That's all I'm saying. And then when it gets turned into a screenplay, we'll all invest for it to be the biggest, best production ever. Alright, guys, it is 4:30. I'm hopping off here. That way my kid doesn't think I forgot about her. But I did enjoy this live. You guys really, really made it. So I appreciate you guys always jumping in and joining me. So I will talk to you guys Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye, guys.